Now I'm ready. Yes.
Now we're ready.
Now
We're
I'm ready.
so ready.
So ready.
You ready, Freddy?
No, I'm not looking at Connor stream. Okay. Now I am. Now
Right.
I am. I got it.
All right, Ray.
Cool.
So it's episode 10. This is a bit for the opening. This isn't like preamble. This is
Okay.
it's episode 10. You better have made something special for this episode. This is a big anniversary, a big episode.
Double digits.
Yeah, double digits. You better pick something
Right.
special, something we've never talked about before, something insane, something that'll take this show to the next level. Especially because our last episode, which has a guest, is now our most watched episode. And we've been out showing up from a guest who's never even listened to this show.
Right.
You're setting her up. You're like, what the hell, man?
Yes,
why are you putting this much pressure
I
down?
say
No, I
this
totally get it.
Definitely not knowing what the episode is about.
Yes, absolutely. And you're not going to be let down whatsoever. This is exactly... I was prepared. I knew exactly, like, this is episode 10. Not only that, it's going to be released on April Fool's Day, which is
if I finish
most...
it on time.
That's true. You know, you better, or else I'm pretty upset. I'm kidding. No, I won't. Maybe I will. Who knows? But with that, you gotta have something unique and individual and totally, on the most serious the most serious holiday of the year, of course. Then I'm not fucking around here. I'm not here to fuck around.
And I'm sure it's something you finished months in advance in preparation.
Oh yeah, I've had this under my belt for years, essentially. You know,
on the docket.
And definitely didn't finish it 40 seconds ago.
Yeah.
about 40 minutes after we were intending to record, of course, but it's not important. Yeah, no, totally. It's not an old case. This is brand new, brand spanking new. But with that, hello everybody. Welcome to Don't Even Get Me Started, a podcast about presentations, about stuff.
Stuff.
You okay?
Were you trying to remember it there?
I don't remember.
Just have a stroke?
No. I had one earlier. Got it out of my system. Yeah, today I'm presenting. Hi, me, it's Ray. And today, of course, we have Connor and Ethan.
Hello.
Hi.
I also use she, they pronouns. I forgot about that. Don't ever forget any spaghetti.
What?
I said I use she, they pronouns.
Oh, yes.
I forgot. Didn't want to forget spaghetti.
No, yeah.
I think we forgot last episode, but that's
I think
I
we
got
did
the
forget last episode.
We definitely did. I forgot the
That's
rest of the preview of this slide up on my other screen. I'm just kind of
Don't look through the slides! Don't.
I'm not spoiling anything.
Good. You did it last time, but I was cheesed. I was so pissed. Not like you didn't know what was happening, but that's okay.
I have no idea what's happening.
Fine. Great. That's good, because I want to just I'm going to preface again. This is a very original, as you can see, very red episode presentation. Connor, if you want to click 4 times for me.
I love how the white text runs off the red thing so you can't read it.
So I had
All right,
dark mode on.
I wasn't going to bring it up because I'm a better friend.
It's Ace Attorney once again. Press one more time.
What do you mean you have dark mode on? That doesn't change.
Okay,
part.
it did. I was using a very specific setting of dark mode where it enables but not for photos, and for some reason the background for this slideshow was black instead, so I had it as white. Just, it says, oh wow, haha, it's another presentation by me with some more lawyer action. How crazy, haha, which kind of spoiled it. But I mean, if nobody here knows anything about previous episodes or Ace Attorney in general, the fact that Ace Attorney could be red instead of blue, crazy. I guess it's not a spoiler. So, anyways, Ace Attorney. What's going on? My last episode. It was a few days, we recorded a few days before the second Ace Attorney trilogy, the Apollo and Justice trilogy, came out, and I was like, I completely forgot that this was coming out. I thought it was going to be released like way later in the month, and it came out like the day after we recorded, so I bought it immediately and played the entire 4th game in like 2 or 3 weeks or something like that, which for any listeners and for you guys, I'm sure you guys already know, you, Connor, and Ethan, you too. I've already played this game, and this I will proudly say and die on this hill saying this is my favorite game, and I think is probably the best Ace Attorney game.
Would you say it is the best game ever?
No.
Okay.
Have you
It's-
heard of Fruit Ninja? It's probably that.
Dude, when I went to Disney World, I think, like, fucking 10 years ago or something, there was a Fruit Ninja, like arm, like, motion sensor game at this, like,
I've seen
pool
that.
arcade
They're
that
at
was
arcades
attached to
here.
the park. Well, there was
Yeah,
it was at
I
Disney World. It's 10 years ago.
feel like I remember seeing that in the amusement park formerly known as Galaxyland.
Before Hasbro gentrified it.
That's true. It's pretty upsetting that
They
Hasbro
don't
took
even
over.
have
Listen.
Transformers stuff there. They've got
They're-
G.I.
you
Joe.
know they're
Hasbro?
going to.
They've got G.I.
What
Joe.
else would they
I'm a big
replace
G.I.
Mindbender
I'm a
with?
big G.I. Joe fan.
You detailed
Since
this.
when?
To you guys, but yeah,
Okay,
and I
I
will
know.
continue to. They better give me. I want to meet Optimus Prime. I want to give me something Transformers as I play currently in fiddling with my hands. My
Start
2007.
fiddling with a transformer
My
this
2000.
time?
mention-
Yes, I am. My 2007 Recon class or Legends class Recon Barricade.
Amazing. Okay, cool. Love that for you. You're right, though. They did kind of goof it. I do miss Hasbro. Or not Hasbro. I miss Galaxyland with the little alien. Because
Cosmo.
back when... Thank you.
Who is also a Transformer.
Wow, really?
He
What do you
turns into
transform
a spaceship. A little.
fuck yeah.
He turns into
That's
like a
kinda
little
cool.
flying saucer.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Do you guys remember ever, like, on your way to the mall, the road signs that say, like, oh, like, you're X amount away from West Edmonton Mall, or turn here for West Edmonton Mall, or whatever.
Those still exist.
they're
they
still
just
there.
changed from the alien
Yeah,
to the W.
There's no alien anymore. I remember there being an alien. I remember, like, going home, or, like, going there late at night or something and seeing the alien, and I remember, like, a very specific, like, brown interior of a van vehicle, which I'm pretty sure is my mom's van, and, like, just kind of a weird I'm about to die kind of situation feeling to it. So I do miss it, but maybe for the wrong reasons.
The ominous nature of Cosmo the alien.
Okay, Connor. I know we're 10 episodes in and you've never put anything in post, but please, for the love of God, get Cosmo top text,
Can you
bottom text.
please?
You are going to be fucking killed or something.
It's worth it for this. I'll do it.
Is it
Is that
actually?
Or
his
that
name?
could be the...
His name
that
is
an-
I
Cosmo,
think it's
right?
Cosmo, yeah.
It is Cosmo, yeah.
I'm gonna look that up, but I'm pretty sure it's right. But that's going in.
Does that meme even exist?
No, I'll make it.
Oh.
I'm going to fucking
you.
kill you.
Please,
It'll be in,
please.
I'll put it on the. Yeah, his name's Cosmo. It's,
Is there a West Edmonton Mall Wikipedia page?
Certainly.
yeah, almost
Sick.
guaranteed. Oh,
damn.
Galaxyland has one. Galaxyland powered by Hasbro.
Is it
Fucking
called?
lame.
Is
I
it
like
still called
Hasbro, but-
Galaxyland right now, or is it called like Hasbro Land? or something?
Galaxyland powered by Hasbro.
Boo.
Galaxyland powered by
I
Hasbro.
hate. They
Boo.
absolutely gentrified it, and I hate it.
Yeah, they marketed. Come on, don't let capitalism win.
I hate it.
Let the alien be
I
himself.
like Hasbro
Don't
too. I
let
don't even dislike
capitalism
them,
win,
but
I say,
But we
getting
don't want.
angry
I don't
at
want no
the
Hasbro in
mall.
our mall.
I
yeah.
like some things about Hasbro. I like Transformers and G.I. Joe. That's kind of it. But
What else do they have? other
well,
than-
Do you Hasbro?
they run Magic.
I Hasbro.
and D&D.
Do you Hasbro?
They do. What else do they do?
Oh yeah, that was what I was
I
gonna
think
say.
they own Hot Wheels.
One last thing about
I don't know, they do a lot of
D&D.
stuff.
Did you see
I
Lego
will-
D&D?
Yes, it looks pretty cool.
Huh?
I'm not gonna get it. But it
They're
looks pretty
doing
cool.
Lego D&D.
Wait, like Dungeons and Dragons D&D?
Yes.
No, do not disturb.
Lego?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yes,
That
yes,
was.
they are.
I hate how funny that was. That was stupid. I hated that. Thank you. I didn't know that. Okay, first Lego set was the one I got for Christmas, which is the bug one.
This is your first Lego
hearing
set
that
ever?
that was my first ever Lego set.
What?
Not even Duplo, man?
Nah, man.
I didn't know
Nothing?
that.
I think I
We've
shared
been friends
like
for
the
like
Lego
10
friends.
years, and I've never bought it. Seriously? How did I
Yeah,
not know
well,
that?
I mean, the only time I've ever, like I guess I don't know if it really counts, but like I have the little Lego sets you and I've gotten from was it Toys R Us where we got like the little baggie of like just like
the
I
CMF.
got Doctor Strange on the little platform thingy and then
Oh, those were polybags. Yes.
That
oh
counts.
okay
No, you
I have
have
that.
you have CMFs too, which
Oh,
we
the
bought.
like
the
the
little individual minifigures.
yeah I have those.
How
I was
did I
like
know
I
that?
think that's
Because
probably
we
the first
bought them
like box.
together.
I feel like the first box Lego set I've ever owned was the bug one,
Huh. I didn't
which
know
is
that.
proudly sitting next to me on my shelf over here. They're protecting me.
Well, Ray, have you ever heard of Bionicle?
No, I really haven't. Why don't you maybe come back to me about that in about 3 or 4 weeks, and well, maybe we'll get into that. Maybe you should listener as well. I'm sure it'd be really worth your time.
Never heard of Bionicles in my life. Can't wait for the episode in, I don't know, 2 or 3 Connor episodes here. What do you think?
Oh, it's
that
coming.
It sounds a little low.
It's on the horizon.
Maybe like at least 5 or something.
I feel Matanui's call. Anyways, we should probably get back on track. So
yeah.
Tangent.
Yeah, let's get back on track to this Hasbro presentation.
That'd be a presentation. Maybe I'll do a West Edmonton Mall presentation. Actually, no, that sounds like something you should do.
Join in with the West Edmonton Mall
presentation. Okay, sweet.
presentation.
Let's the collab episode, you and me.
Please let me have an in memoriam section from my favorite stores.
All right, that could be one of our
Rest
3-person
in peace, Comics
presentations.
Hobby. Rest in peace,
Comics.
Edge.
No, Comics Hobby is still there.
Nope, it is currently closing.
What?
Yeah.
Rip Target.
That
was my favorite.
Rip Target,
Target
the Target balls.
We're going to get the Canadian entry of Target lore.
Collector's
Amazing.
Edge.
What was
Heartbroken.
before that?
Toys R Us.
Toys R Us is gone, yeah.
What
it's not
was-
like gone.
Well, no, there was a Toys R Us in there. I think it was pretty temporary. What was before Sunrise Records took over it, which is now
H&M.
moved?
HMV.
HMV, yes. Rest in peace, HMV. Which then got replaced by Sunset, which is no longer there. It's still there.
Which
it
is
just
now
moved.
also taken.
Sunset just moved.
Oh, right.
It's still there.
Yeah.
It's just not in the same.
Where it was is still closed.
There's nothing in there. At least there wasn't when I was there the other week.
That corner just keeps getting cycled through, except for Coin and Stamp, which Coin and Stamp
And the
really
Lego
should
store.
Be. And the Lego. Well, the Lego store is like new.
Yeah.
Brand
Lego
new.
store's like new. There used to be a pit there. We
That's
just
true.
hang out in the pit, and there was nothing.
I forgot about that.
I liked.
That's where Ed Sheeran came out and started singing in the mall.
Really?
In that viral
he's
video.
gay?
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the mall. He was in Sunrise Records, and he came out because somebody was singing his music, and then he came onto the stage and was like, "Hey!" And they're like, "Oh my god!" And then he starts singing with them.
Yo, it's Ed.
It's Ed.
Big
oh,
Ed.
Shit. Big Ed. It's Big E.
I have mixed feelings on the Coin and Stamp store. I like some of the stuff they have. I like the used Lego, but there's.
Can we
It's
talk
just-
about the
it's
mall
a
on the mall
sensory-
episode?
It's
This
a
is also
sensory
just
nightmare.
This is also just slander. We should probably get off of this.
I'm fine with slandering it.
I actually
in
like
its own
that.
episode.
I like
What
that
do we
store.
What do you mean slander?
No, because I was
what
going to
about
go
this is
off on a
slanderous?
tangent of what I don't like about Coin and Stamp, which I shouldn't do, because that's just straight up slander. It's also a store I like.
What's wrong with
so,
slander? Oh.
It's a crime,
Oh, is
and we
it?
could get sued.
I'm gonna look up
Since when was
slander.
slander
right
a crime?
I think it is.
Published.
Canada.
I also like that store. It's cool, but it's not one of my favorites.
It's a false spoken statement damaging a person's reputation. If your grievances are true, then it's fine.
Ah, I see. So it's well, I mean, you're not
Well,
wrong
it'd be
when you say that
defamation
it's like
then.
it's a sensory nightmare is what I said.
It's
which
a
I
lot of
believe is
stuff
true.
in
That's
there.
not slander.
But
it's
I
true.
liked the used Lego, and I like
have
the
used
old
Lego?
Star Wars toys.
Oh, right. It's a.
Well, they're
I
all
like
sealed,
their-
but
the occasional D&D dice that they have there. They have a lot of minis.
I've
and they
seen
have-
Bionicles in there before. They had Korok, the ice bow rock, and Parak, the stone bow rock, and that puts the store in a pretty good position in my mind. I didn't buy them because I already have them.
Okay, from laws.justice.gc.ca.
That's our segue to
Defamatory
Yeah,
defamatory
speaking of
libel is a
justice!
matter published without lawful justification or excuse that is likely to injure the reputation of any person by exposing him to hatred or contempt or ridicule. It is designed to insult the person of or concerning whom it is published. Expressed directly or by insinuated or irony. Whatever. Don't fucking talk. I don't care if you fucking spill the beans on why Coin and Stamp is a pile of crap.
It's not a pile of crap. I actually like
It is a
that
pile of crap.
store.
Yeah, we all like that store. We all had a great time when we went to that
I've
store.
spent
If you
a
want to
lot of
say
money
something
there.
bad about it, no one's going to listen to this, so no one will find out anyway.
Anybody came onto this race attorney's already clicked off.
Or clicked ahead.
They're going on the
I don't-
other
Just a
episode,
great
right?
local reference for everyone listening.
Yeah, for any of our local
Something
viewers,
only people
AKA
in Edmonton who
ourselves.
live in Edmonton understand.
Yeah.
Well,
or
we'll help
Edmonton
you
area.
understand on the West Edmonton Mall episode. Anyway, this podcast was about Ace Attorney.
It's attorney.
This episode is brought to you by West Edmonton Mall.
No, it is not. I would
It's
never
not.
let those. I would never let
Never-
those fucking
I would
landlords
never-
sponsor
Oh,
us.
Ethan, if we get any sponsorship money, I'm not consulting either of you two. I'm taking the money and
God.
running.
Wait, it depends. It depends.
You'll get a cut.
kn-
Don't worry.
Please,
but-
no, that's not what I mean. I don't want to be.
I'll do what-
There's things
I'll do
I
what-
don't want to be sponsored by.
Dude, I'll do what the Cuban government did, and so the United States has like the land for Guantanamo Bay is leased, and for the entire time that Fidel Castro was alive, he would get checks from the U.S. government for the leasing of Guantanamo Bay. Not a single one was ever cashed. That's what I will do if I get fucking money from a sponsorship I don't
That's
like.
hilarious.
Anyways,
I
this
would just
episode's sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It's
I'm not cashing that one.
it's not. We're not sponsored.
I would take any money from anything that I don't really want to be sponsored by and just probably donate to whatever charity they go against. You know, like for Chick-fil-A, I donate all to like any LGBTQ plus like charities and shit like that.
They might be homophobic, Ray, but the chicken is so good. I've never eaten there. I've
True, I
legitimately
guess.
never eaten there.
Oh, I was
no-
gonna say the chicken is good there. It's
think
a
it'll
shame
give me
that the chicken's good there.
I think it'll give queers a stat debuff if they actually eat it. Like, do they design it like that?
I mean, there's Chick-fil-A coming to Canada to the mall, so we can
There
figure
is?
that
Oh
out, I guess.
no!
We're getting
It's
it.
in the-
We're getting a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
actually didn't know that.
It's the one below Sport Check, the food court.
Is that
There's a court. We
Great.
walked by it. I'm pretty sure we did. I don't think we've
wait,
been there,
wait.
but
wait,
you know.
Yeah, okay.
It was the
never
other
mind.
food
Yeah, I
court.
know
We
where
weren't in
are.
that one.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's
So-
all right. Anyways,
Yeah. Ace Attorney, once again. As you can see, we're very interested in this topic
sorry for
already.
that off-topic, Ray. That was probably mostly my fault.
That's okay. I don't remember how we got there, but it's fine. It's fine. You can click for me, Connor. All right, cool. So table of contents here, and once again, this is the cover for the original DS port of Ace Attorney, the first game, the first platform it was on. I played it on my 3DS, and it was adapted for 3DS, but it was on DS first, and then they put it on the 3DS for those players, and then they came out with the trilogy. Number 4 and 5, I'm not going to really talk about individually like I am with number 4. The only reason I did with the first 3 is because I played it as the trilogy as opposed to them individually. Also 4 and 5 are very different from the first 4 games in general, but this one is a very similar style to the first game, but it's like newer. It was published I think in 2008 or 9. Or no, this game came out 2007 in Japan and then 2008 in Canada. And so, or North America. Or worldwide, I guess would be the better way of saying it. But number 5 and 6 came out in the 2010s, where they adapted it to a 3D art style, and it's kind of scary, and it's a little weird, but they have voice acting now, and little animations instead of just flat 2D picture animations, so it's kind of cool. Except that
cool.
it's fucking terrifying on so many levels, but that's another conversation for a different story. This is this game.
Now, before we get too far from it, did it utilize any of the 3DS's 3D features, you know?
This one or the next
Oh,
two?
I guess any of them.
Well, the original trilogy was on the 3DS, but I never played it there. I think the only thing that was different is the same thing that was different for this one, which was the background was in the background, and then the characters were separate from the background into the foreground. So basically, like, that's like the only 3D that you'll get is when they're.
It's
you know.
like I'm really there.
It's like I'm
I
really there.
remember
Everyone's still 2D,
when
but they're separate.
When I was in like probably a GameStop, they had like a 3DS demo out.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at it, I'm like, oh, cool. I wonder how the 3D looks. And I flipped the little 3D slider. I'm like, this is just the make the graphics shit button. Why would I do, I don't understand.
It's not good.
Which game? Is just any game or this game?
It was not specifically Ace Attorney. I think it was like Bowser's Inside Story 2.
I never had a 3DS, but I was never interested in one because I used the at one of those kiosks, and I was like, this. And I think my friend had one too.
Yeah.
I was like, this sucks actually.
I think I'm the only person I know that actually likes to use the 3D the 3D mode. I use it pretty much for almost every game except for the ones
You
that don't
actually,
really need
I
it.
didn't know that.
I do, absolutely. I haven't played my
Psycho.
3DS in years. Thank you. I have 20/20 vision, and it hasn't affected
Fuck
it. So
you.
clearly, everyone's just being little pansies about it when they said that runes their
It
eyesight.
actually
It doesn't.
It actually makes your eyesight better.
Indeed. I don't know if
Yes.
that's true.
Probably
I'll take
not.
word for it. Cool.
Fuck you,
The-
good-sighted
There,
people.
that's why they made the 2DS though, is because people didn't like the 3D aspect, and since it's
And
like,
then like the
kinda
2DS
worthless.
couldn't fold.
no, they made it for people with bigger hands as well.
It was a
just-
fucking. It was a perfectly
They did make one.
like rectangular fucking brick.
It's an
It was more like a
iPhone
square.
thing in the middle.
I couldn't believe it when I saw that thing. I'm like, wow, they just got
They-
rid of the
they did
one
make a f-
aspect that made it nice and transportable, huh?
It
They did
defeated
make a
the
full
point
version of it,
of the
though.
DS part.
It took like 2 years, but they did make a full version of the 2DS.
Also, why even bother? Just take the 3 out of the DS. You don't have to add the 2 in. We understand what DS means. It
Because
just doesn't
Well,
have
Nintendo
the
if you
nerds
3.
just say
will buy both
DS,
of
then they're
them.
just gonna think it's the original DS, and you can't play 3DS games because 3DS games have a different shape than
Then
DS games.
put a new on it. They did that with New Super Mario Bros.
Well, they did that for the 3DS as well, the new 3DS.
Ugh.
It's hard to explain. don't talk about Nintendo marketing shit if you've never played a Nintendo.
To me, motherfucker.
All right. Anyways, for the table of contents here, I'm just gonna go through a recap of what was Ace Attorney again. I don't know if you guys remembered. Maybe just it's been a while. It's been a while. Like 6 weeks.
You should skip
7.
the recap. Actually, don't watch this
It's very
next
short.
part. If you have access to the last episode that we watched, you should
Oh,
go
good point,
back and
yeah.
watch that episode.
Yeah. No, it's actually way more in depth and like really well done, and there isn't any technical difficulties at all with presenting any photos in
I don't know what
any
you're talking
timely
about.
manner.
No,
Everything works fine.
It was perfect. Yeah.
I was listening and paying attention, I swear.
But if you've already seen the previous episode, you may stay for the next, I don't know, 10-ish, maybe barely in minutes
I'll
of the
allow it.
recap.
I mean, at this rate, slide 2, 22 minutes in. Yeah, about 10 minutes.
Look,
That
I
was
just
an
really like Galaxyland. I'm very passionate
Yeah.
about it.
We're very passionate
Stop
about
bringing it up.
I think I've only
We're gonna
been.
get into the Wem hole again.
I think I've been there
I
twice.
don't want to get to the Wem hole, the Wem
Not
pit.
the Wem.
Have you guys
pit,
ever been
not
below the
Wem
mall, though,
hole.
by the way? It's quite interesting down there.
There's a what
Anyways,
below?
You've been in
The-
the fucking back rooms,
I have been in the back rooms of the West Edmonton Mall.
the mall back rooms.
How
I
are
should.
you?
I
How
They
I
do
saw one
that.
of those doors open once,
They-
and
when
I
you're
was
in,
tempted.
like-
I'm like, yeah, just go to the back rooms a little bit.
So they have classrooms for people who are trained there down in the basements, but for when you're in the summer camp, that's where you go for when you're like, doing things or
Oh,
whatever. I went to
okay.
summer camp when I was like, I don't know, probably 10, 11 maybe or
What
something
was
like
the
that.
summer camp about? How much money you can
It was
spend at the mall?
West Edmonton Mall summer camp. I don't know. I was 11. We went to go see to the Sea Lion show. We went to the water park. We went to Galaxyland. The day we went skating, I skipped it because I hate skating, and I went to the mall with my mom instead. And I saw my leader, and they're like, "Hi!" I'm like, "Hi!" And they're like, "Yeah," I'm like, "Nope." And I don't remember what else we did. We did some stuff down below as well, but it always smelled like. Did you guys, Connor? You went to the same middle school as I did.
Yes,
Did
I
you? Grade 3 or 4. I think I'm in grade 3. Did you ever have to do the tapeworm thing where we had to raise tapeworms and they turned to beetles? We kept them in the plastic containers.
Those weren't tapeworms, they were mealworms.
Tapeworms.
Sorry,
don't turn
mealworms.
into
You have the
beetles.
mealworm experiment that turned into beetles.
Yes.
God, if tapeworms turned
That's what
into
it
beetles
smelled
and
like.
we had our own fucking chest Buddhist
Ah,
parasite, are you kidding me?
dude,
Alien would have
Alien.
been so
When you started
tame.
that, I was like, tapeworm experiment. What are you talking
Sorry,
about?
I meant mealworm. I
Yes,
get them
mealworms.
mixed up. It smelled like mealworms
Worms.
down in the basement.
Gross.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Anyways,
This is going to be a
After
great
that-
episode. We're 24 minutes in, and I think we're on slide 2.
talk about tapeworms.
And it's the table of contents.
Yep. There's another 30, 40 some slides later, I think. I can't remember. Characters will probably take a good majority of the slideshow again, but we're not going to go too much into it because there's only some new characters, some old characters. By the first page here, you probably don't notice anybody new, or sorry, old. But the first slide with the title, maybe you did. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we will get to that in a moment because it's funny when you start to talk about it. Since it's just one game, a lot less characters. But anyways, plots. We're going into the plots plural. There's a few miniature plots, and then there's one big old plot like every game, But this one seemed to be way more in depth than I thought it was gonna be. When I played this game, I had an existential crisis. I just had to sit down for a little while. I didn't include any of the art that I did for this game when I played it, like I did for the last slideshow, but there's a picture of me that I drew where I finished the game. I set the DS down, I like clasped my hands, put it against my face, and then I start sobbing, and it was an experience. I love this game so much, and I'm happy that it got ported, because like Jesus Christ, I also cried again at the end. There was no reason to cry. It's not sad. It's just I have emotions and I'm neurodivergent. So next, the score, music. This game has a killer soundtrack. Kind of upgrades a little bit from the 2D 8-bit music from the first 3 games and takes a bit more of an electronic, like, you know, classic electronic. I don't know how to describe it other than it's the non 8-bit version. Yeah. And then that one I was listening to before this, and I probably would be listening to it during now if I weren't for the fact that I can't speak and listen to things at the same time. I'm gonna break it down 1 second.
Oh.
Thought that was an internet issue, but then you went oh. So no, it's not.
Ray, dear. Ray.
Ray, I can't present this. I don't know anything about Ace Attorney.
I could probably half-ass this. They did say 1 second, which implies that maybe they went to go open a door or something. I don't know. We should just stay here.
They didn't meet themselves.
One thing of note, I don't know. Maybe a skinwalker.
My mom brought me a burger.
What?
Sorry.
You got a hamburger? Sorry.
Yeah, I got a chicken burger.
Chicken burger.
My mom, when she came and she brought the burger, she brought up the fucking jar of mayonnaise so I could put the mayonnaise on the burger myself. And I have a leg of lettuce in my hand. I will be eating it during the presentation, don't worry.
The ingredients for a burger is what you're saying. Your mother did not bring you a burger?
Everything
You got the constituent parts of a burger.
I got the individual bits, except for the burger was actually on the bread. It is a veggie chicken burger, by the way. It's not an actual chicken burger.
So it's not a chicken burger.
It's a fake chicken burger.
It's
the same thing.
No, it's not.
It's
close
tastes
enough.
Connor, you've never had. Oh no, you probably.
I like
had one
veggie
before.
burgers. I have nothing against them, but it's not a chicken burger.
It's a veggie chicken. It's a chicken veggie burger, so it's supposed to taste like a chicken burger, and it's also prepared the same way. So it's not like a Beyond Meat burger of some kind. It's like actually like a same consistency. It's good. I like it.
I'll trust you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah,
You should. You really.
I like some veggie burgers. I genuinely do. But given the choice between a veggie burger and a real burger, easy call.
I would say I would take the veggie burger. I won't lie. I do really like veggie burgers.
You're vegetarian.
Yeah, and?
It does also depend on the veggie burger, though. Some are gross. But
It does. I'm not a bean burger person.
I don't want one of those soy-based ones. I'm not a soy boy. No, they're fine, actually.
And they're okay. Yeah, they're not my favorite either.
I don't think I've ever actually had a Beyond one, but
the Beyond Me burgers are fantastic.
I actually
I'd say.
don't think I've ever had them.
I was working at A&W when I first got sold there, and that was an interesting experience. I think that was when I was like, yeah, I should really just go vegetarian because this is pretty much the same. It's preparing a Beyond Me burger though. You can't cook it defrosted. You have to cook it frozen, because if you defrost it, it basically just kind of loses its shape and it turns into the mush that it's kind of made of, because it's mostly made of like legumes and stuff. So, yeah. So we're going to break it down midway through. By 0.5, we're going to break it down, but it kind of feels like midway. You'll see what that means, I guess. But if you remember from last episode, then you might know what that is. The next one, we're going through the fun stuff. This has got, the 4 or 5 sections of epic action gameplay. Get ready for that, because damn, it's gonna get spicy. It's not.
I'm so ready.
And then I didn't put it in the chapter thingy. I kind of forgot, but I just have like gallery photos that I was gonna discuss that I didn't really like want to make its own slide for, because it's characters that weren't really needed to talk about. That kind of more associated with the case. And all that kind of fun stuff, my favorite images. And then the last secret chapter, again, will it be the same as last secret chapter? Maybe, maybe not, probably not, who knows. Yeah. Just gonna open this cheese slice here.
Oh my god.
Alright, cool, I'm ready to go. I'm not gonna eat this burger, don't worry. I'm gotta wait till we take a break, but...
You're just gonna eat the small constituents of it.
I can't eat it while I can eat when your guys are presenting, but not when I'm presenting. And when I do, I try to do it less now because I realize I can hear myself. But anyways.
I try to do it
I
as
think
much
you
as I
should
can,
just
but-
eat while you're presenting. I think it'd be really funny, actually.
Connor.
Let me go cook an entire ham and eat that. While
I am supposed to be cooking dinner right now, but instead I'm recording. I can probably do both.
Uh-huh. Sure
I'll
you
just
can.
yell at you from, like, all the way in the kitchen.
Don't you have like wireless earbuds or something?
No.
Oh, that's good. Cool.
Okay, cool.
What?
My microphone fell on my lap.
Oh.
I tried to grab. I spilled.
Connor,
mayonnaise
boost the
everywhere.
volume of the microphone falling on her lap.
No, don't do it! My microphone's weird sometimes, so sometimes it gets louder after I drop it, but I think it's fine now.
You sound fine.
Cool.
That's fine.
Great. Awesome. So, recap. Ace Attorney, that's just the first game photo thingy. I've never noticed this in the original poster. I don't know who the fuck is in jail leaning down on the ground dying. I don't know who that would be. It's just, I don't know. Is that supposed to be Edgeworth? Is that supposed to be Maya? Is that supposed to be Will Powers? Is it supposed to be who else is
It's kind of goofy,
It's
honestly.
Larry Butts. It is pretty goofy. These games are goofy. This one, weirdly enough, not as goofy as as an Apollo Justice, or it's goofy. It's goofy, but it does take a more serious side. But I mean, all of them have a little bit of seriousness in there. Anyways,
Serious.
hey, so we're back in good old Japanifornia, following our good pal Phoenix Wright. He's a rookie defense attorney who's aided by his various friends and allies, helping him solve mysteries, defend his clients, and find the truth. His mentor is dead. Anyways, he's accompanied by Maya Fey, a spirit medium in training, and little sister of his late mentor, Mia. They go on some wacky little adventures and come across some very interesting situations. Her little cousin joins later on in the hunt in the second game and third game. Her name's Pearl. Then there's also allies like Gumshoe, Edgeworth, Lotto, Larry, and so many more throughout the games. The three of them, they kind of return here and there. Eventually, you make the right moves for the sake of justice with the help. And you kind of defeat most evil prosecutors that stand in your way, most of them.
She edged
Maybe
my
a
worst
solid
till
50%.
justice.
No, he edged my worth till I miles.
There you
anyways.
go. You nailed it. That's the only one that gets a correct ding
Yeah.
noise as opposed to the normal buzzer.
Thank you. So we left off our heroes overcoming emotional and physical trauma, all the while putting the semi-good morally gray characters to jail because they just love the main characters a little bit too hard. Mostly referring to the third game where the prosecutor ended up being the guy that killed the person that was actually the bad guy. He's not really that bad of a guy, he's just kind of a dick. Except that he's misogynistic, but I mean, it's pretty, we can overlook that. It's kind of funny when he is though, because nobody likes him.
Your
Anyways.
first misogyny is funny.
Misogyny is funny.
You've heard it here. You've heard it
When
here.
they go to jail. That's the only outcome. That's fine with that. Yeah, most of the main baddies were pretty much dead or kept dying, but it doesn't seem to stop them, so, ghosts. Crazy. Not that much of a big deal in this game, but in the first good games, ghosts all over the place.
You get over it. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah, pretty much. It's essentially the same. So yeah, we left our main man Phoenix in his comfy abode back in Wright & Co. law offices, set with comfortable relationships mostly and financial situations kind of, to stay afloat for at least another 2 games. Not really, but, we'll see how it goes. This man, I don't even know if he gets paid actually, but if he does, he's not really spending it well. He keeps complaining how he's poor. Also the judge is bad at his job. This continues for the next 3 games. And there's also lots of boobs. And Gumshoe gets shitted on a lot. And the Faye family has a lot of problems. But essentially,
Yeah, no, that's everything I remember.
that's everything about the first 3 games. Yeah, you can move on to the next slide. If you want to see a more in-depth version of that, check out episode 6, I want to say, of our podcast.
I don't remember actually.
Maybe 7?
5.
5. Thank you. Wow, really? It was 5?
Wait, was it 5?
I don't
No,
know.
it
Or
should
am I
be
counting
I thought
6.
you were looking.
I can't look up notes and
1,
stuff.
2. It should be 5.
But that wouldn't make any sense. I should
I
be
can't do-
6.
Why would you be 6th?
Because the first
'Cause
episode was us 3.
we all
Then it
went.
was you. Then it was me.
Then it was
for
me.
number
Then
3.
it was.
Connor was
Oh.
number 4. Then you were number 5. Then I was number 6.
Oh yeah, I forgot to count myself again.
And then, God damn it, Ethan.
It's episode
Uh,
6.
You're a
it
person. Don't think of yourself as littler. than that.
Eh,
Littler?
Littler.
You mean
Hey,
smaller?
shut up. No, I
I am
don't.
the shortest person in this podcast. It's true.
Standing at a solid 5 feet tall.
Yep.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. Dwarf
No, it's actually
maxing.
Ethan's 6'2", but me and Connor are above 6'2".
That's true.
Yeah. So, first character, Apollo Justice.
Also, yeah, it's
he's
episode
Phoenix.
6.
Huh?
It's episode 6.
Thank you.
But yes,
I
sorry,
agree.
Apollo Justice.
Just had to confirm it.
I'm glad you
Thank you.
agree, because it's the
Thank
truth.
you.
Wouldn't leave an air of mystery
I like how
or
you
anything.
had to be like, wait, before you continue, it is episode
Well,
6.
I wanted to get that cleared, get that
I said
for sure.
I said that. Oh, I see what you mean. You wanted
Yeah.
to double confirm. Okay, because you didn't believe me before. That's fine. That's fine. I get it. So,
No, I believed you.
Apollo.
This is just like confirmation. You were right. I'm.
Thank you for the confirmation, then. Appreciate it.
We're 35 minutes in.
First character slide out of like 10. Apollo Justice, age 23. He's the main character in our game. He's Phoenix's younger and redder replacement. This was meant to be
Thanks
a
so much of
refresh-
red.
Yeah, a lot of red. Originally, the game series was meant to end at the third game. The guy who made the series was like, I think I've really like finished Phoenix's story. This is perfect. I don't really want to continue, And then Capcom was like, no, you must continue.
More.
Capitalism runs in our veins. And so they made little Apollo Justice over here. They
We hate
intended...
publishing companies.
We do. But they did make one of the best games I've ever played. In my
Well,
opinion,
that was
correct.
the devs who made it, not the publishing companies.
That's true. The devs put their whole ass and pussy into this game, okay? It shows. It really shows. So he's kind of meant to be like a complete opposite, a strong juxtaposition against Phoenix. He's louder, he's more confident, kind of. He's red, young. He's the same age as Phoenix was in the first game, but he kind of looks younger.
He's the same age
probably
as
'cause-
Phoenix, period.
Phoenix.
Get real confusing.
It does get real confusing. I guess to clarify before we continue, this is 7 years past the third game. So Phoenix should be 33 in this game, whereas Apollo here is 23.
So Phoenix was already a dad in the first 3 games.
No.
What?
No.
Are we getting to that?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if you were referring to the thing that I thought you were thinking of, but I assume you must know some things, I guess.
I don't know anything.
Cool. Let's keep it that way. Apollo yells a lot. I kind of didn't really notice until I'm an idiot. The main characters for these games seem to be named after different kinds of like Greek mythos things. So we have Apollo, and then Phoenix is Phoenix, and then the next main character is Athena. In the 4th and 5th games, she doesn't get her own game. She's just a main character, and then you get to play as her and 2 other people, which is like they can't give a female character her own game. It's kind of crazy.
Wouldn't sell.
But anyway. Okay.
No game
so-
with any females on the poster has ever sold well.
What do you mean?
I mean, it just can't be done. They're all bad.
What about Tomb Raider?
I didn't sell any copies.
Yeah, PlayStation has no
Yeah.
games.
Okay. Well, anyways, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you're pretty.
That's
Apollo.
right.
He's a small little boy. His various nicknames: Hair Forehead, Polly, Mr. Demon Lawyer, and Hornhead. Hornhead.
Yo,
There's
whore
more.
face.
Whoreface. There's
Yeah.
more, but it's not really relevant, so I didn't really put them all in here. But kind of figures. He's got the little like pointy bangs. You gotta have the points in the main character,
Yeah.
He doesn't really understand color theory. I don't know if that blue and red really works together, but I guess hey, it's whatever. He started
Good for
at
him.
Gavin Law Offices, and then he moved to Write Anything Agency. But wait a second, isn't that supposed to be Write and Co Law Offices? Hell fucking no, bitch! It ain't going to be. It's been 7 years. No, the dog wants in. I'm not letting her in. But either way, whether it's a law agency or an anything agency, Apollo's a slave in both of them.
Oh, nice.
He gets treated like dirt, which is hilarious because he's kind of he deserves it, kind of. Not really. He's a good character. He's a good guy, but
He deserves
it's
it.
funny. Yes. In the first case, after you beat it, you punch Phoenix in the face. But wait, Phoenix? I thought his story was done. Joke's on you. Anyways, he has super staring eyeball powers. He can see when you are showing a nervous tick, which is pretty neat. Yeah. Okay.
Apollo does. Sorry.
Apollo does, yes.
Okay.
He gets his eyeball all red and swollen, like pink eye, and then he looks into you and he's like, "Hey, you're lying, because you touched your nose inside your you touched your finger inside your nose." And then you go,
Yeah,
like, "Well,
I make my eye go all red and swollen, and I stare into your fucking soul, and I say, "Hey, you're lying because your heartbeat's elevated and you're sweating," which is not a response to anything else, but you're lying.
Daredevil moment.
exactly. Not that the fact that you might potentially be getting me pink eye.
Not the fact that he might potentially be able to like steal my soul here. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on, man?
He is a demon. Yeah. If you want to click once for me, Connor. This is a meme representing
You're recording,
the
right?
I'm recording.
Okay. I love the ifunny.co watermark. That really
Love the
adds a lot.
ifunny.co
You only get
watermarks.
I only get my memes from the best. I mean the worst.
Absolutely.
You can't, Connor. You can't just say I love the ifunny.co watermark, while you yourself are the most prolific ifunny.co user
I'm really
You're
not.
the only user.
within like 100-kilometer radius.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't really use it that much anymore, but it's still on my
Probably, I'd safely say within the province of Alberta. Your
Oh, I don't know what that
username's
is.
still like CJSiev, right?
phone. Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
follow him on iFunny, folks.
I'm cutting that.
No,
Actually,
do
I
it.
think
Keep
it's-
it.
Don't
It might
cut
still
it.
be linked in the end of my YouTube channel. Look in the descriptions.
Please.
Amazing.
I don't know. I don't really use it anymore.
That's
It's
funny.
a terrible
I bet there's so many
platform.
DMs from on your channel, like on there, and you're just
It's-
not looking at them.
It's still
And they're
on
like,
my phone.
"Please, we
I
want to
just-
keep you." Yeah.
I
you get
just I
notification
can't
from
delete it. Like I hit delete and it just like reinstalls itself. I can't. Just,
it? Oh no! Is this the scheme that iFunny was
it
trying to
starts
build
like
this whole
glowing ominously, and my phone starts hovering, and it just
yeah, my favorite
reinstalls itself.
time? That's kind
malware.
of hilarious. That's hilarious. So yeah, I didn't get this meme from iFunny. I found it on Google, because I knew it existed, and I couldn't find it in my Pinterest board because there's 700 pins in the Ace Attorney section I have. It used to be 0 until I replayed the game back in January, and now it's 700. I check every day. Anyways, yeah, he's the Phoenix replacement. So if you're ever thinking of, hey, if this is the Phoenix's replacement, then who is Maya's replacement? If you want to go to the next slide for me, you'll see exactly who that is. Trucy Wright, or Trucy Grammary, which was her previous name. She's 15. She's a little girl, just like Maya. I think Maya was 16 in the first game. But Trucy here, she's a magician, if you can't tell by her magician attire. She's epic as hell. She's Phoenix's adoptive daughter. She's got 2 daddies. She calls them both daddy. She's like, oh, it's my old daddy and my new daddy. She's also got a pair of
Very
magic
good.
panties.
Hate that.
That I don't know if I put a picture of them in here. I don't think I did, but they're
Let's not put a 15-year-old's magic
it's not her
panties
actual
on a...
underwear. It's a prop she uses for her magic.
Okay.
But you don't know that until you actually find it, because she loses it and you have to go find it. And he's like, I don't want to do this. And she's like, no, I need them. And he's like, okay. And then you find them and like, oh, they're literally like a pair of like grandmother's bloomers. But that's where she like pulls shit out of there. It's in the next 2 games as well, and it's like they actually animate it and stuff like that. So it's fun, good stuff. The wooden thing she has next to her is Mr. Hat, who
Like
also
from
has a
South
knife
Park.
apparently. Sure. I didn't know that was a character in South Park.
I don't understand that reference.
It's
Me neither.
don't worry about it. It's Mr. Garrison's little puppet thing.
Maybe that's where I got it from. As in
I
this
hope
game.
not.
I don't
No.
think so. Because when did this game come out?
2008.
Yeah, no, it was
2007.
older in South Park first.
Maybe they got it. Oh.
Yeah, it could have gone the other way around, but
I was gonna say it could
Yeah.
be the other way around. Yeah. So she got Mr. Hat as her little assistant. She makes it like its mouth move, and then it talks and stuff. It goes like, "Hi ho, hi, hello, hi, Mr. Hat," and then he has a knife. So she's
Yes, a
surprisingly. Here's a knife. There's a picture of Trucy pretending to be taken kidnapped, and he's holding a knife around her, but you can't see his face until you go back into the lobby, and you're like, oh, there's no actual guy. And she's like, nope, it was me all along. You need to buy
I'm
your
so
time.
goofy.
Just committing crimes in the court of law. So she's a very happy-go-lucky kid. She's also meant to be kind of the same situation of opposite of Maya. A lot of the female characters in these games, they can kind of blend together a little bit, but they're still pretty good at keeping them like unique and stuff. Trucy, she's pretty laid back. She's good at hiding her sadness, whereas Maya's pretty clear of what she's feeling. So Trucy's always pretty like, I can't really describe exactly what it she
Reserve.
no, she's just like just good at pretending to be happy, I guess. Like, so she has
That's called depression.
Yeah, she has depression. Thank you. Brilliant. So
Lost the word for depression.
it wasn't the word I was looking for, but it is one of the words I should have used. She's kind of like a bit satirical, I think, as well. Like, she's kind of a jokester, but she's got a lot of like shit that happened to her. She's got, you know, the tragic TM backstory of losing her parents. She lost her mom younger, and then she lost her dad, technically, kind of. Her dad basically just scooted her towards Phoenix, and he's like, hey, here you go, here's my child. I'll be back in a little while, and then left for milk and never came back. And she was like, cool, I guess you're my new dad now. And Phoenix was like, oh, okay. I guess that's fine. But she's a really cool character. I like her a lot. For some reason, they just don't want to give girls pants in these games, but don't worry, Emma's got pants. Or, nobody. No one. Click once for me, Connor.
Connor, do you even remember who Emma is?
No.
Cool.
Okay.
This is baby Trucy when she first gets adopted by Phoenix. She causes problems, and she's, like, but in a good way. Yeah, she's also got the same kind of perception powers as Phoenix, or Apollo does with the pink eye and all that, but she doesn't have pink eye. She's actually disease-free. So she just does it naturally because she's just really smart.
I was worried.
Don't be deceived by that pink costume. She does not have pink eye. She's just a normal kid with really good perception. She actually teaches him how to use it because she's like, hey, you gotta get that pink eye under control, man. And he's like, okay, I don't know how to do that. And she's like, well, guess you're a fucking loser. He has a handicap to help him out, whereas she just does it naturally because she's just really cool and smart. She's just better than him in every other way. Anyways, you can go to the next slide. We got Phoenix, right? What? So what's happening? He's 33 and he's a hobo. That's crazy. Wild stuff. Yeah, this is Phoenix. I don't know what that circle is behind him. I thought it looks like a shield. I don't know what it is. I had to clip these photos really weirdly, but yeah.
He's a sexy bum now. Is that a winky face or a smiley face?
It's a smiley face.
Okay.
It could be a winky face too. Both is
Still
right. Both
weird.
is correct. He's a sexy bum now. It's the amount of look. I understand if you guys don't think he's hot or anything like that. I think he's pretty average for a character, but they did make him kind of like, it's not just his looks, it's his personality. That's just kind of like, what the fuck is happening? But the internet, kind of wacko for him. The amount of art I've seen of Phoenix, crazy. Whether it was on purpose or by accident, both crazy. There's a lot of people that really love him or really hate him. I'm one of those people that really like him. I like him a lot. I have a friend who really hates him. Hates this version of him, at least. Because, first of all, he's not wearing socks. He's got his grippers out like a fucking maniac.
What, you expect him to be the socks and sandals dad?
Kinda.
That kind of does fit his character, actually.
Right? Thank you. Thank you. You learn pretty fast in the game that Phoenix was this great lawyer, but then somehow something happened and he forged evidence, and that's how he lost his badge. So he's no longer a lawyer in this game. He's been lawyer free for 7 years. He's been not a lawyer since getting his law degree or was his little badge. Then he was actually being a lawyer. So 10 years, only 3 of them he was a lawyer. 7 years he's not. He's kind of a little snake. He's a little sneaky. He doesn't really like choke under pressure like he did in the first game. He's very, very different. Like, honestly, if you didn't really know much about Phoenix Wright in the first game and you see this character, this is like seeing it's like basically what it feels like knowing Phoenix. It's like a fresh start of like, who the hell is this person? You don't know anything about him. He plays piano, but he actually is really bad at it for some reason. So he works at this Borscht Club. I think it's called the Borscht Club, literally. It's a really cold ass restaurant where he plays piano, and he gets certain requests for a specific quote unquote song, but it's actually to play poker with him because he's a really good poker player. They don't play for actual money. I think they just play for pride or whatever, but he does get paid for this part.
What's the point in playing if there's no money on it?
I mean, someone dies,
For
so
fun.
like, you know.
You never
Revenge.
play poker for fun?
Yeah, I never played
It's not fun if I'm not gambling.
Real.
We know about your crippling gambling addiction.
It's not an
Love you.
addiction. It's called dedication.
It's called a lifestyle. So he's
I
the
can
bluff
stop
king, as we
whenever I
know.
want.
It's true. I have the ambition to stop, therefore I will. I just choose not to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go later. Just out of spite. I'm literally shaking in anticipation.
As soon as I said poker and gambling, Connor just starts shaking, vibrating.
Put her all on red immediately.
If I win this, that's another insert Bionicle set.
Don't give my deal.
Don't tell me that.
Don't say that, Ethan. All right, let's move on from gambling.
Put
Yeah,
my tuition on
he's-
red and then afford 2 tuitions.
Connor, you can't afford this. No, don't do it.
Connor, you can't afford one tuition.
But no, I cannot.
All right, he's Daddy-O, he's Papa. Coolest we'll ever see him, or the worst we'll ever see him. He's complex, dark, and mysterious. Devil reincarnate, tax evader. Yeah, he's all those things. It's crazy. Gotta
Good
love
for
him.
him.
Yeah, I don't remember if I have another picture in this one, but you can click anyways. He's 33 as well. Oh yeah. That's what's sad to say in the game, is he does not vibe with the law. You can click one more time. I forgot there's another meme here too. There's 2 actually. One more time. There's him laughing, and then here's him. His memes
That's
are
real.
ironic, and the depression is chronic. This is also
That's
known
real.
as
That's
depressive.
from the, Sorry,
depressed
does this
Phoenix.
hat say Papa?
It does say Papa.
That's awesome.
Yes. I think some people think it's a headcanon. I think it's actually like true canon in the game that Trucy made him the hat. Because why the fuck would he have a hat that says Papa if it weren't from his daughter? I don't know, man.
At least one of his kids?
At least one of his kids. One of his 7 kids?
7 kids.
Like,
This
not
guy
only
fucks.
only
This man couldn't pull out of his driveway.
he
Probably
doesn't
can't.
have a car. He
He
can't
doesn't have a
drive.
driver's license.
He can't drive. Yeah. I will say only one of them's adopted. The rest are just metaphorical children. I promise he's not a hoe. He's a hoe, but not in the way where he's gonna, make kids. So, yeah, he's just a little meme lord is kind of how I get it. Everyone's been seeing him as like that.
Imagine
Which
if
is great.
your meme account could get you as much pussy as it got Phoenix Wright.
Dude, he doesn't need pussy. He's got edge, right? Just
Imagine
kidding,
if your
Edward's
meme
dead.
account could get you as much pussy as it got from
Now we're talking.
Phoenix Wright.
Just when
Now
I was
we're
out, he pulled
This
me
is
back in.
You got my attention. Okay, cool. Next slide, Connor. This is Emma. I don't think, Connor, you recognize her. If you do, click one more time for me. This is the picture I showed from the last slideshow. This is Emma Sky, age 25. It was with her sister Lana that I had a little slide for her. They got one case in the first game. And between actually the first game and this game, she was in Miles Edgeworth Investigations, which were 2 spin-off games. Two of some spin-off games where you play as Miles Edgeworth, completely different gameplay, kind of it's less of a point and click and more of a run around and click, and then there's no court cases, you just kind of yell at people with logic.
Hey, fuck you, asshole.
Yeah, in that game, Emma is wearing a little hat, and she's got cute little shorts and little striped socks, and she's currently, at that point, she's in Europe, learning how to be a forensic scientist. In the picture on the very right there, she's 25 years old, back from Europe, tried to become a forensic scientist in Japanifornia, failed, and instead they made her a detective, because that totally makes sense. That's
good
what it is.
enough.
Yeah, it's
Close
good enough.
That's what you were
Yeah.
looking for, right?
Yeah, it totally didn't make her bitter and grumpy as hell, because now she is, and she's got some tood. She's ready. She throws
Some
snacks
tood.
at you. She's got some hardcore tood. She throws food at people when she gets upset, because she's just like, you guys are
Me for
making you're making my job harder, and I'm gonna throw shit at you. That's what her vibe is, yeah. She does work for law, but she still does some illegal stuff. She does you do forensic things in this game, similar to that case that was in the first game. So the first DLC case from the very first Ace Attorney game, that one basically is kind of like a precursor for some of the gameplay in this game, except it's the only, extra stuff precursor for this game. There's more things in this game. She's kind of like the opposite of Gumshoe. She is the detective in this game, so instead of having Gumshoe, you got her. She's arguably just as hilarious and cool and epic. I love both of them so much, but I am an Emma stan. I love her dearly. I dressed up as her for Halloween a few years ago. I don't know if Connor will put the pictures up there. You don't have to. I don't really care if you do or not.
I've already
but
put one image in.
Oh, great.
We get one image to put in every 10 episodes. We've learned this.
I'm happy it's my episode, I guess.
Woo!
Yay. Honestly, if you don't at this point, I'm going to be pretty disappointed after you said that. But
I'll probably
cut it
put
out
it
there. You're
in.
going to be a coward. Oh, sweet. That's very nice of you. It's not the exact perfect cosplay of her. I don't have the same tie and the glasses, but it was a cool costume. Yeah, she's pretty cool. I like her a lot. She hates Clavier so much that she'll die on that hill, which makes me think she's probably honestly, I think this is a headcanon, but I'm also pretty sure that this would be totally canon if the game were more LGBTQ plus inclusive. I think she's a pretty ace character. Exclusive. Hates LGBTQ plus characters, as we can see. She's very ace coded, so she's very like, oh, that's what that was. Sorry, it wasn't a shield behind Phoenix. It's the fucking graphic in the back of the slideshow. That's the theme I picked. Anyways, she hates Clavier. She has no interest in romance, just science. She's cool as hell. I love her.
Me for
Question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who the fuck is Clavier?
You'll go to the next slide and we'll see. This is Clavier.
Wait, were you done?
I hate that guy.
No, I was done.
Oh, no, you
I was
didn't.
done.
Okay, I just realized. Like, wait a minute, maybe you weren't done that.
No, I was.
You said go to the next slide, and I just instinct like, oh, time to go.
And I meant it. I know. I'm choosing my words carefully around you. There's many words I haven't said that I was going to. Anyways.
I was gonna say
this is
an unusually long silence, but.
This is Clavier Gavin. He's 24. A year younger than Emma. A year older than Apollo. He's the prosecutor in this game. He's the weird, he's him. He's not a Francisca von Karma where he's a BDSM queen.
This is the prosecutor.
This is the prosecutor. He's not only a prosecutor, but he's a rock star as well. He's
the
a rock
piss
star.
guy from fucking Berghain is the prosecutor.
Yeah, he sure is. Yeah, it is.
That's why that reference doesn't even make sense.
I guess so. I don't know. I'll take your word for it. He says Fraulein in hair, which means what? Is he German or something? Yes, he is German. His first name is Piano
Fräulein.
in German. Yeah, what?
Never mind. It's not Fraulein.
Oh, Fraulein.
Fraulein.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
I think so. I'll double check that. If I'm wrong, I'll cut it out.
I thought it was Fraulein.
I think it's Fräulein.
Okay, cool.
Ethan, weigh
What am I
in.
German?
Fräulein.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Cool. It's a good thing I'm not
An
German or
air.
anything. Anyways, Emma calls him Glimmerous Fop. She hates him, which is cool. We got Rockstar Glamour Princess Diva Boy. I'm pretty sure he's either bi, gender nonconforming, or both. He's very all over the place, but like in a cool way. He's pretty open. Like, the thing about Clavier, he looks like a dumbass. He looks pretty like, self-arrogant, vain, up his own ass. He is, but he's also like the nicest prosecutor you'll ever go against. Like, Edgeworth, general dick, hates everything, forges evidence, forges stuff. Part of it wasn't really his fault, but he's was raised by a shithole. Francisca, evil, BDSM, hot, what? And then we got
Yes.
Diego Armando, aka Godo, who was a lawyer and then woke up from a coma, decided to become a prosecutor, and then made Phoenix's life a living hell. That was his only job.
Oops,
Clavier
I
here.
spilled my coffee.
Oh, right. I was like, you don't drink coffee. So he became a lawyer. I think when he was he was 17 when he became a lawyer. So his first case was to beat Phoenix to the ground, and he was so proud of himself that he didn't realize that he made a huge mistake until like 7 years later, and he's like, I should really just go die in a hole because I suck at my job. But yeah, he's pretty cool. He's lead singer / guitarist for the Gavineers, his band, so original.
To
He's
be
kind of bratty. He's
Archie
kind of a
and the
bitch.
Archies moment.
Huh?
I hate this guy too, man.
He's one of the nicest villains, but he's also kind of orangey. I don't know why he's so tan, because his brother is not. If you click
Spray
one more time for me,
tan.
Connor. Yes, spray tan. This is him when he's 17 when he beats the shit out of you. He's got cargo pants that looks like my cargo pants, which I hate. is literally the pants that I wear / boots that I wear, and I think that sucks because I realize I just look kind of like the bottom half of myself looks like Clavier Gavin. Thankfully, I look nothing like this man.
That's wrong.
I'm not
Capcom
blonde.
rolls worst German you've ever met. Ask desperately why.
Yeah, for some reason, most of the prosecutors are German. It's just Edgeworth, kind of, not really, because he's British descent, and then Diego, I think, is meant to be Hispanic descent of some region. He's German. The next two are, one guy's a weeb, and the next guy is Curian. He's a make-believe race, but it is kind of like a hybrid of different regions of Asia. I believe,
hope
like
you know.
mostly
You said
East
next
Asia
to,
and such.
and I physically flinched. Like to skip the.
I didn't choose my words currently. That was my fault. I should have said next two games.
Next two?
No. Games. That's what I'm saying. But I'm done talking about him anyways. You can go to the next slide, please. This is his brother, Kristoph Gavin. I don't know if Kristoff's German. I don't know if he really is that German stereotyped, but he's just kind of there. He's Clavier's.
They nailed Germans in this for stereotypes. Like, the modern German man is either one of these brothers.
That's good to know.
The two
Good to know.
genders. Are you a Kristoph Gavin or
Clavier Gavin.
Clavier Gavin?
Goes back.
I knew it started with a K. I couldn't remember his name. Oh, it says it right there. It's literally the first one.
It's literally on the
Are
first.
you a Jimmy Kimmel Gavin? Oh, wait, I fucked it up. That starts with a K, right?
I don't know.
Jimmy?
Kimmel?
Yeah.
Kimmel. Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy. Duh. Yeah, so he's the older brother. He's also a defense lawyer instead of being a prosecutor. Very opposing careers. Very much wanted to be very different from each other, clearly, because their haircuts don't really say much same about them. They're not the same at all. In my opinion, Kristoph is one of the most well-defined and kind of scary villain. Like, he's a very intricate, frustrating, scary-ish like villain character. I think he's very well written. Without really like knowing too much about him, kind of seems like Capcom just wanted to throw you he did it because he wanted to kind of character. But he is a very, like, I don't know if you could really tell by the way he looks. He is very vain. He's very selfish. He thinks he's kind of like on the top of like the law, like he is the law is kind of how he sees things. But he's very like composed for the majority of the game. Like, he's a very chill. Like, he doesn't really let himself get upset, especially in the first case. The first case, not really much of a spoiler because it's the first case, but we're going to talk about the whole game here anyways. He is the killer. He immediately becomes the killer. This is Apollo's mentor. So he's he's on the sidelines with you, like where Maya normally is. He's on the side of the bench with you, directing you, and then Phoenix is your client. But Phoenix is kind of being put against the defense, so he's kind of seeming like he actually did do the killing when he really didn't. And Kristoff's like, oh, what do you mean? You know, I think maybe your client might actually be guilty. And Apollo's like, and then Phoenix is like, guess what, bitch? And then suddenly, halfway through the case, Phoenix is on the sidelines with you, and Kristoff's on the witness stand, like they did a good old switcheroo Freaky Friday situation, except they have the same body still. So Kristoph, kind of wacky. His breakdown in the first game. So if you guys remember what breakdowns were from the last slide, the last
It's
PowerPoint.
when it's when you take a sick beat and you tear it apart or something.
Exactly. Or you. I almost thought it was when you said beat. I forgot. I was gonna say breakdown. That's a beat. Like the vegetable. No, it's not. Sorry.
Like a transformer.
Yes.
Yep.
Shut up. Cool.
I think he's one of the Stunticons.
The what?
Never mind.
We'll get into that on a separate episode.
We barely have time for my own episode here.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm kidding. It's fine. Kristoph here. His breakdown, which breakdowns where when you get caught with murder, you kind of go into a weird outrage, like, oh no, I got caught and I'm going crazy. I've lost my.
It happens
lost
in
my
real
ridges.
life too.
It does happen in real life, and this is point for point how it goes on in real life kind of situation. The first breakdown, he just kind of smashes his fist onto the podium. Everything behind him starts floating randomly, and then he punches his hand on the podium. Everything falls, and he stands back up, and he's all composed, and he's like, okay, cool, take me to jail. And everyone's like, oh, okay, great. We don't have a psychopath or potential sociopath on our stands here. It's crazy.
Just punches the stand while yelling "fuck" breaks
He's
it and says,
he doesn't
let's
yell
go to jail."
anything. He is silent all the way up until he breaks that. Like, he is just kind of irritated the whole time. If you want to click one more time for me, Connor. This is how he feels on the second half of the game. He doesn't actually have a gun. This is not real. Should be, though. What the fuck is spraying water outside?
Once again, top text, bottom text. I'm going to fucking kill you.
I'm going to fucking kill
You
you.
already had your edit in the video. What do you expect me to do? More
It's true.
work?
Yeah? It's your job.
I don't get paid for this.
Neither do I.
Yeah, but I have to do more
Anyways.
work.
That's true. That's true.
I'm sure actually we probably spent about the same amount of time.
I would say because
How
I
long-
like my work.
How
I don't
long
know how.
does it, I like editing. How long does it
Okay,
take
cool.
you to do the thumbnails?
Typically takes between like 2 to 5 hours, maybe.
You spent 5 hours on some of the thumbnails?
Sometimes.
Huh.
It includes like sketches underneath, and then
I'm still impressed.
the
like,
line
don't
art,
get
the
me wrong,
coloring.
like,
Okay.
I just
well,
didn't realize it took
2
that long.
hours is
then never
2 to
mind.
3 hours is like
I was
average.
right. We do spend about the same amount of time per
Yeah.
episode. So
Okay.
I am.
Ethan's here
I
too.
contribute as well.
Yeah, he's just kind of. he's here to be our friend.
You're doing
So-
amazing, sweetie.
I'm
You're doing
so
great.
good at being a friend.
Speaking of friends, Kristoph is friends, quote unquote, with Phoenix for 7 years right after he gets disembarked. Interesting coincidence that after he loses his badge, Kristoff's like, "Hey, let's be friends," and Phoenix is like, "Okay." It was
I need
partially
friends.
let's be friends. He also doesn't have a gun. He uses poison mostly to kill people, but you know, if anyone's gonna have a gun in this game, it'd be Kristoph. Yeah, Phoenix kind of knows that Kristoff's got some weird little vibes underneath him, so he kind of stays friends with him to kind of figure out how to get him down to the jail, which is what happens in the first case. Phoenix is like, "Hey, I know that I'm in trouble here. Why don't you be my lawyer?" And Kristoff's like, "Okay." And he's like, "Actually, just kidding. Make Apollo my lawyer." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then Phoenix is like, "Hey, this was you. I know it was you." And he's like, "You fucking idiot." And then Apollo's like, "Wait, no, the evidence goes against you." And he's like, "Well, I guess I'm going to jail now." And then we move on to the next case, as well as the next slide. Thank you for doing that. Even though I didn't say
You were
specifically, but
halfway
you are
through saying
correct.
that sentence.
I
and
know.
I was like, wait a minute. I think I.
No, you're right. You're
I
You're
think
so
you
Move
right.
on
a
to
little
the
too-
next.
my hubris got the best of me.
So big. Oh,
I should. You know how there's those like stealth speakers?
no.
What?
I've heard of these things. You get like a speaker, you upload an audio file to it or something, and you could like leave it somewhere and fuck with whoever you leave it next to.
Oh, those.
Oh.
Get a speaker of like Ray saying the word next. Leave it in Connor's house.
Yeah, maybe if you want to show me something outside your room while I drop off the files, and then don't mind me while I go back to your room.
Don't
for
mind
you.
me while I affix this speaker to the underside of your new bed.
This really large speaker. It's like the size of my hand.
Yeah, don't mind me while I
always been
affix
there.
this subwoofer to the like to the top of your Kia.
Just like
Let me put this stand.
drilling
Let me
shit
put
into the
this-
wall. It's just don't mind me.
Let me take away more space to your already very crammed room. Don't worry, that's
It's
always
not
been there.
crammed. There's so much volume in here.
There's volume,
I
all
need to
right.
keep working
You
on
think
my Coyer Brothers episode.
You're thinking too much in area, Ray. You have to think in volume.
No, I'm thinking a volume that isn't there.
Think of volume.
Surely isn't a whole lot.
There's
I
so much
really
more.
gotta finish up my Coyer Brothers
I could
episode.
get more stuff in here.
Uh-huh.
I could. I really
Mhm.
could.
I'll support the wall.
I'm
but
staring
before,
at the empty hole in the wall.
I need you
Gonna
to
put a
I
whole
need you to
shelf
focus,
in
buddy.
there. I'm just envisioning how much more stuff I could have. So many more,
Goddamn, God.
so much plastic, so many rocks. I
How much more of your rant can you go so I can take a bite of the burger?
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
we're moving
done.
on.
We're almost at 30
Cool.
minutes. You'll have another bite of your burger in a second.
What slide are we on? 10 slides out of what?
10
40?
slides. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I have
So-
homework to do.
Hey, you
consented
did
to
this.
this.
You did this to yourself. Okay, Lemure. Sure. I don't know how to pronounce
La
the name.
miroir.
Lemure.
don't know.
Also known as
Lemure?
the Yeah, sure. Okay.
Thalassa
Also-
Gramier?
Also known is Thalassa Gramier. Yep. She's 40 years old. She's single and ready to mingle.
Damn, you got a number? Okay. It's a terrible joke.
No, it was perfect.
I'm gonna cut
man. You and no, don't. No, you and me both, man. Don't. Oh. After you said to me for so long, this is just a cartoon character. Why do you think they're so attractive? I hope I keep this for the rest of my life so I can play this back. Play it to you every single time you say that to me. Great. She's in Turnabout Serenade. We're skipping a case. Doesn't matter. We're talking about the characters. But she's rooted in a lot of the game. Why? Gramier. Does that last name seem familiar? No? Fuck you. We're gonna get to that. She woke up in Borginia with no memory and no eyesight. She's blind. She has this little kid named Mochi Tobaya. She kind of acts like a mother figure to him, who acts as her eyes, but he pretends to be the blind one and she pretends to be the seeing one for whatever reason. I think it's like the music people, because she's also a singer. She's known as the Siren of the Ballad, also known as the landscape painter of sound. She was a singer in Borginia, met Machi, who is a pianist, and they became a little duo, and Clavier Gavin, little rock star pussy boy back there, found them and was like, hey, you want to do like a collab? And they were like, okay, I don't know who you are, but sure. They go to America, they do a little collab, and everything's on fire and somebody dies. So she was actually a magician for the troupe Gramarye. She's the daughter of the troupe leader. She does not remember this part of her life because it was pre-blindness and waking up in Borginia. But throughout the game, she kind of figures things out, but you only really see her in the third case. You see her a little bit in the fourth case, but mostly alluded to. But yeah, you can go to the next slide. Actually, I have 3 pictures. Press it 2 more times. So this is her as Thalassa Gramier. She has the same little hat, cape, and costume as Trucy. Interesting. The one on the right is just a picture of her with her usual attire. This is her. It's supposed to be her underneath the cape and the mask for her Lamure costume, but she also has a very similar look. In the picture on the very left, which is a picture of her when she also was Thalassa, she has some very interesting bracelets, which I guess was not talked about, but there is a character in this game that has bracelets exactly like that, and as you could see on the picture, sorry, other listeners, the picture, the third one from the left, she's only got 1 bracelet. Weird, interesting.
Oh my God,
okay,
that's so
let's
weird.
not think about that too hard.
That's just that's definitely a red herring.
Oh
Just
yeah,
lost
no,
the other one.
Probably just took it off.
Totally. Oh yeah, she lost her brooch. She probably lost the other one too.
Yeah, my wrist was sore.
They do get heavy. It's a type of. They describe those bracelets as being a type of metal that reacts to your body heat and moisture level. So when you get kind of stressed out, your bracelet kind of clings to your wrist a little bit, but it's meant to basically like fit the exact shape of your wrist, no matter how big or small. Probably small, more or less, because if
like it's
wrist
the
is
one
bigger, it
ring.
might be kind of hard to put on.
No,
rule
there's
them all,
2
yes.
of them, idiot.
Oh, that's true.
Just
My
went
mistake.
over this.
Yes, you are mistaken. Go to the next slide, you dumbass. I love you. So, the Gramaryes. Crazy. What last name? Same as last one. Crazy. Again, we got Zach Valent, Thalassa and Magnifi, who is dead. Unfortunate. These guys are magicians, and boy, is there a lot of drama in a magicians group. You thought magic? You thought magic was crazy? You thought freaking heckin' Maximilian Galactica from Phoenix Wright, Justice for All, Case 2, 3, the big Turnabout Big Top? Yeah. This is worse. Clown.
Clowns.
Mo.
Clowns.
Curls.
Clowns. They're everywhere.
Okay, Game Grumps is currently playing that case, and they are talking about how much they hate it. I love that case. I know everyone in the whole entire Ace Attorney fandom hates that case. I love it. Unironically and ironically. It's bad. There's clowns.
There's so many clowns.
There's one clown. Don't be
He
dramatic.
haunts my nightmares.
He honks my nose till I clown.
Oh, yeah, that one gets a buzzer.
Big my top till I clown.
She's sponging my bob until I'm ready. Did you guys?
She clown on my top till I'm big.
I can't take credit for what I just said, but anyways. Yes. Anyways, Magnifi. He's got some mentees, Zach and Valent. Both mentees got the hots for Thalassa, same girl from the previous slide, but she ended up with Zach, who eventually had Trucy rights. Wow, crazy. They're all magicians.
Oh my God.
No one is surprised. The reason for Lemure existing is the accident where Thalassa quote-unquote died. Magnifi's dumbass hat and his death wish was actually the court case that Phoenix lost his career to. He got capoted. Zach disappeared after because he was the suspect in that case, and he leaves his daughter with Phoenix to go get some milk, as previously mentioned. And then Valent, all alone baloney, just does his own thing, becomes a magician. He's like, hey, I'm the last Grimery. I guess I'll just be really cool and epic and do magic, and then eventually get also accused of murder. But he actually didn't do any murder. Nobody here really did murder. Except for Magnifi, he just committed suicide because he was old, had cancer and diabetes, and he was like, oh, I just need to get out of here. If you want to click 3 times for me, Connor. Actually, just 2 times. Yes, perfect.
Caught him just in time.
Thank you.
I think I hit
like,
it, but I didn't hit it hard enough, so it didn't register.
Okay, good, because I think
the
that
gods are
there's
smiling
one
upon us.
They really just did. Okay, we're gonna pity you this one time. Zach is the one in the pink on the very right. That's Truce's dad. He's also the defendant for Phoenix in the 4th case, technically. We'll get to that. Valent here. These are both when they're younger. Valent later on, when you first meet him, this is a picture 7 years prior to the main game. So he's got a mustache and some gray hair when you first meet him. This is him when he's in his prime at 37. pretty average. Click one more time for me, Connor. This is Magnifi in his dumbass hat. This is the photo that they take in the case of his death to be like, hey, how the hell did he die? What's going on? There's so much confusing stuff here. There's needles everywhere. There's a clown. There's a clown. There's a gun. A clown.
They haunt me.
Huh? He? So, anyways, he actually ends up killing himself here because he wanted to give his I don't really know what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. It's called like the Gramarye magic something, the secret magic something. He's got a trick. He's got a secret magic trick, a secret magic power ability that is trademarked to his name, and he was going to give it to either Zach or Valent, not his daughter, because why would they give it to a woman? She's actually dead in this case anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But these are both men that aren't his blood children. But I think the intention was, since they already had Trucy, Magnifi wanted to give it to Zach, the guy on the right, the pink, because then his bloodline will still continue, because eugenics, I guess. I don't know, fucking something like that.
Nah, it's weird hereditary bloodline shit.
Yes, hereditary, thank you.
Before you continue, I just want to mention that this image looks like a suicide that the CIA would tell you is a suicide. There's so much here that's like,
I know, it feels weird. I honestly thought
he
that
killed himself by 27 shots to the back of the head.
That's right.
That hole feels very strange too. I don't know. It's no blood. It's very clean.
Why is the gun there, not in his hand? Why is the IV thing taped to the pillow, but there's no mark on his arm? Why is there a page ripped out? Why is there a hole in the clown's head?
Yeah,
this can all be explained rapid fire.
Somebody shot the clown.
He deserved it.
He saw too much.
He really did. So, okay, Zach and Valent were supposed to go meet him and kill him. They both got the same note saying, hey, it's me, Magnifi, your mentor. Come here and kill me, you pussy, and I'll give you the magic. And then, so Zach went first. Zach was like, oh my god, I can't do it. Shoots the clown. Magnifi's like, hey, I'm awake. Here's the magic because you didn't kill me, and also because I'm a fucking liar, but also I think you deserve it more than Valent. It's like, cool, bye. He leaves. Valent comes over. He's like, hey, how's it going? I don't want to shoot you. And Magnifi's like, oh, I already gave the magic to your other mentor brother. And he's like, oh, okay, that's nice. And then he leaves the room. Valent leaves the room. Hears a gunshot. Goes back in. Sees Magnifi is dead. So he arranges the shit room. He takes out the I think the IV needle, I guess, maybe fell out, I don't know. He increases the liquid in the IV thingy to make it seem like he died earlier when Zach was in the room as opposed to when Valent was in the room. Put the gun on the table to make it look like it wasn't Magnifi who had the gun in his hand, I guess. The page got ripped out, apparently before both of them were in the room, maybe. I actually don't remember what that part was about, but that also, the page that was ripped out, was never found until like after the case was done, because Phoenix was given a fake page to make him seem like he's forging evidence to make Zach win, because Zach was the suspect, and that's how he lost his badge, because he submitted forged evidence into the court case, and then it's his badge and everything went bad. So yeah, anyways, he's not done now, and you can go to the next.
And yeah, to conclude, this man killed himself.
This man. To conclusion, yeah, these are the Mishams, Vera and Drew, daughter and father. They're a family of artists and shut-ins. They commit in art forgery. There's lots of art forgery apparently in these games, because they don't just forge art, they forge things. It's crazy.
That's where the big cash is. You heard
That's
of this
where that
AI
big money
stuff?
cash is. Yeah, this Vera is basically a walking AI machine. That's her in the
That's true.
right, by the way.
That's how it works. It's not just,
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually how AI works. A guy's just drawing those things.
It's a bunch of little like goblins.
There's a guy in there.
And they're like really fast too, like speedy, so Sonic fast. So Vera is very isolated and very introverted, but she was accused of killing her dad, who died of poison. Crazy. Who else uses poison? I don't know, man. If you're paying
I don't know
attention.
anyone who's ever used poison before.
The only other person who's used poison, except for Dahlia Hawthorne, who was also a bitch.
I don't know.
Her dad, so she also got poisoned. She's not dead, but her dad also got poisoned. He's actually dead. Vera is now in the list of daughters an Ace Attorney who was not that bothered that her parents or dad has died. There's a surprisingly large amount. You got, Trucy. You got frickin' heckin' Regina Barry. Francisca von Karma. Lots of people. Lots of daughters who just don't give a shit that their parents are dead. If you want to click once for me, Connor. This is Drew. That's the father. He poses as the forger, whereas Vera, his daughter on the right, is the actual person who makes the art. He is an artist, but he's not as good as her. She's like basically talented to make exact copies. He started, I think personally himself, just drawing the cases that Apollo were doing throughout the game up until the fourth game. So the first 3 cases, the first one being the death of, I guess we never really said it, but Shady Smith, who is Zach Grimery.
Eminem?
Yeah, Shady
They
Smith.
were like
Mr.
drawing
Eminem.
courtroom scenes kind of thing.
Yeah, he was drawing the courtrooms. He was drawing scenes of the actual crime themselves. He wasn't drawing the courtroom scenes necessarily, just what they were covering. So Shady Smith died in a poker match against Phoenix, so that picture was drawn. This guy, Maractus, this doctor, died carrying a noodle stand. That part was drawn. And then the last case with the Lamior with the flaming guitar and the dead guy on the stand or whatever, that was also drawn. And Apollo, when he was investigating the apartment of Drew, he saw those pictures. He's like, "What the fuck is happening? Why is this guy drawing my life?" And you couldn't ask him because he was dead. So yeah, you can click I think one more time for me. This is baby Vera. She was already drawing forgeries at age 12. I think she's 12 here. She would have been
Gotta
12.
get in early.
Gotta get early. She
This
was a
is why
criminal
we're
since birth.
abolishing child labor laws, is so that kids can do crimes earlier in life.
Exactly.
You gotta get that experience in.
Drew knew what was up. He knew what
The
he was doing.
children yearned for crime.
She didn't know she was criming until her dad was dead. She's like, "What? What's happening?" Oh, okay. So, I think that's the last of. Oh, one more. Click one more time.
Someone who's never heard of copyright before. Man, I didn't know I couldn't make a copy of this.
Yes.
And
I can
YouTube,
confirm
Anyways.
that's pretty
Disney
much how it goes.
Disney comes out and kills you.
Shit, they're knocking on my
come
door.
You could. The red dot is
another-
moving.
That's another one we could do. The mouse with "You are going to fucking die."
And it's specifically pointed to Connor's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So Vera, during her what's
Didn't
it called?
you make
Her.
basically that meme, Ethan? I'm sorry, Ray. Like
No,
on
it's okay.
the fantasy.
I'm pretty sure it's on the
CJSiev
fan
account?
channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
made something like that.
Huh.
Unfortunately, because we've already reached our limit for the 10 episodes of how many things we can cut in, it will not be shown to you folks.
Nah.
Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
maybe it will. I
You'll
don't
have to
know.
really deep dive for that one.
No, it's a new 10 episodes. It's a new era. Maybe I'll be generous.
Oh, wow. So kind of
Definitely saved somewhere on my computer still.
you. Yeah.
I'm
So this
sorry
GIF
for cutting
here.
you off.
That's okay. That's okay. I just move on forward. I'm speed running this. gifs. I'm not actually, don't worry. This gif here, during the court case, I believe this was the second trial day, they brought in Vera to be a witness statement person, even though she was the one who was suspected of killing her dad. She started talking about who was the person that gave her the stamp that potentially poisoned Drew. It's hard to explain. I'm not going to explain it because it's too much. And also, I would just not shut up. She put us on this nail polish that potentially has poison inside of it, and she bites her nails when she's nervous. And before she's about to say who, she said she saw the first, who, gave her the stamp and all that, because before this case, she never left her apartment. She's only seen 2 other people. 1, her dad. 2, the person that gave her the stamp, the letter that was meant to kill Drew, as well as her. And who also may have been the killer from previous trials. And before she does, she passes out from poison, and she says that she sees the devil. Dun dun dun. What does that mean? We will see.
I've been watching this GIF for a while, and only until just before you said it did I realize it was the devil, as opposed to who's the, and then like de and then Bill. I don't get it.
It's a good thing you're pretty as well.
101 dimension from Dalmatian.
101 dimensions.
101 dimensions.
Putting the money down now that will be made
DC
within the
universe?
next 10 fucking years. They're going to make a multiverse 101 Dalmatians movie.
Whoever directed DC movies is going to be the one that directs that. So I'm really good at that. Anyways,
John
Snyder? Zack Snyder?
Yeah, put Nicolas Cage Superman inside.
He
of
didn't
it as
make
well.
that movie.
I don't care. Put him in anyways.
He should have.
He really
That
should.
was Andy Machete.
Oh, well then he should be that too.
I may have
You can go to the
mispronounced his
next
last name. What a great movie.
Cool.
I'm a big fan.
Really?
No,
Wow.
absolute fucking dreadful movie.
Yeah, I kind
Absolute
of figured.
nightmare of a movie. I was building Lego while I was watching it, and I had to keep stopping to stare in horror at what I was looking at.
Your disbelief
like
in the
spaghetti.
eyes was just like, God damn. What the fuck, man?
The spaghetti.
I play with my food sometimes.
Oh
like
my
spaghetti.
God, I hate that.
I should make spaghetti tonight.
I haven't seen that movie, and I
For
feel
context,
like
Ray, and listeners, Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman explains the multiverse by playing with a bowl of spaghetti. After he was just hanging
I'm
out in
him.
the closet.
I will continue to be him.
I love that.
Great movie.
Doesn't he also play he's the Vulture, right?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Michael Keaton and Beetlejuice.
And Beetlejuice. Oh shit. Forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm Batman.
What a multi-talented guy.
Yeah, I'm man.
I'm the man. I'm the man. So anyways,
Please continue.
Katakis. Yeah, it's all good. This is the Case 2 family, the Yakuza family, the Katakis. This isn't really anything important. I just really like these characters. The fox is like their little trademark, and as you can see, Waki Kataki, the guy on the very left,
Fucking
got little
furry.
ears.
Wacky
They're all furries, yes. Their situation is they want to quit a life of crime to start a bakery, and it's mostly to get clean money because Waki has a bullet in his heart and it's about to kill him. And they need heart surgery, but the doctor that they normally go to, that normally takes people from crime syndicates, can't take out the bullet because he's too much of a pussy, and he doesn't want to get killed by the people if he actually kills his son.
I feel like this was a real story I saw, like mafia mafia family goes clean after their like pizza restaurant front, which is so popular.
I've heard
wow.
of that.
They just started
That's
doing
kinda
fucking
awesome.
a restaurant as opposed to crimes.
That's kind of awesome. I wonder if that is actually I mean, some things here allude to previous, like, actual real life things, but I don't know. Yeah. So while they're trying to get clean money, Waki wants to still live the life of crime, even though it nearly got him killed. If you guys ever remember the Blue Badger, Waki's got a little Blue Badger shirt, but he's got a beard and some sunglasses. I don't know why. I just think it's cute. I think it's funny because the Blue Badger is also a symbol of the police, which is an interesting contradiction. But yeah, Waki meets this nurse, Alita, when he actually gets the surgery, or tries the first round of surgery, when the doctor's like, oh, there's a bullet here, I can't take it out without killing him. I'm just gonna sew him back up and leave him be and put him on his way. He meets the nurse that was also there, who worked for that doctor, and she's all like, ooh, he's gonna die in 6 months, because they also put, hey, he's gonna die in 6 months if this bullet isn't removed. And she's like, what if I get with him, marry him, and get all that money? So she's all like, ooh, I want that money. I mean, I want that walkie. I love this man so much. And that was one of the many plots in the second case, because the second case has got some. This is the same case as the panty incident. There's also one where Phoenix gets hit by a car. This is also an incident. I think I have a picture later on, but don't worry, I won't spend too much time on it.
Hit by a car.
He gets hit by a car. He's fine. He just ends up with like a sprained ankle. So Plum is the lady in the middle. She is the Kataki mother. She is Waki's mom. And then Winfred Big Wins Kataki is the guy on the very right. They're both the people who are like, hey, I want my son to live and not, maybe not put him into a life of crime, because we kind of love him too much. And then Waki's like, fuck you guys, I want to get into a life of crime. And then he's about to go to jail. So, yeah. I like these characters a lot. They're really cool. They have a cool color scheme. They got good theme music going on. I think this is the only song that's played in the game that actually has like traditional, if not maybe actual instruments to play their music, because it's played with various string instruments, and most of the music in this game is electronic. Winfred on the very right, he has eyes. Just take my word for it. It's not just blocks of eyebrows.
Okay.
Cool. Go to the next slide. Then we've got some oldies that may look kind of familiar. Whoa, is that Dick Gumshoe? That sure fucking is, buddy. There's also the Judge and Mike Meekins, which you probably don't remember at all because I also briefly mentioned him.
Please,
these are characters
Gumshoe
from.
Was my father. Call me Dick.
Yeah, he says everybody at the precinct calls him Dick. They're like, yeah. This is the visit from the Goon Squad. Very niche reference, but nobody will understand that. And that's fine. I'll do a presentation on that some other time. Gumshoe and Mike are. No. Jennifer Egan, I think, is the author's name. It's a short story collection. Gumshoe and Mike visit Phoenix 7 years prior. You get to go in the past a little bit as well. Play that trial that really ruined his life, just for old time's sake. They're like, hey, we're here on this case. Mike lets Zach Gramery go because he's an idiot. Zach Gramery actually leaves the court case instead of getting arrested because they ended up wanting to proclaim him guilty. But he's like, haha, I'm a magician, fuck you guys. Disappears, runs away. And Mike is like sent after to go chase him, gets lost, finds his daughter instead, and he's like, damn, this sucks. I guess I'm just gonna be here and go ruin my life. And Phoenix is like, don't give up. And he's like, I won't. And then that's the end of the case. At least 1/8 of the case. There's 8 parts to that case. It's hard to explain, and I won't explain it. The Judge is still here. Kind of sucks. But yeah, there's a bit of some oldies here and there. Not just Phoenix and Emma, but some little side characters here and there, just for nostalgia's sake. The original DS port has the this game is a few years later than the first 3 games, so the sprites are quite different in the sense that they're kind of more polished and like look more human looking, like less like cartoonish and more maybe
as
like
opposed
anime
to the
human.
Freaks they were before.
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
absolute fucking idiots. I mean, if you look at Phoenix from this game to Phoenix from the first game, very cartoony. His mouth is more realistic looking. Like the proportions are a lot more quote unquote realistic, I guess. But they use the sprites from the previous game and this game, so Clavier looks like an adult compared to Phoenix's sprite, and it's just kind of funny to look back on. But yeah, you can click once for me. There's also Winston Payne when his hair's long. We don't like him, so click again for me. Fuck that guy. We're moving on to the next slide.
When his hair's long, yet he's still perfectly balding up top.
He is. Go to the next slide, Connor. Go to the next slide, Condor. Ugh, goodness me. Then we got some baddies here. It's a brief little slide on the baddies. I think this is the last of the characters, but we got, funnily enough, there's really only 3 different killers in the span of 4 to 5 cases. One being Alita Tiala, who is the girlfriend of Waki Kataki. I got Darian Crescent, which is one of the Gavinier members. He's also, I think he's a fucking police officer. The Gaviniers, Clavier Gavin's band, every like person in the band is some kind of law enforcer. So we got a prosecutor, a cop, and then some other dudes that aren't mentioned because they don't care about drummers or bass players, because fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck those guys. Actually, I think Darian's a bass player, but also fuck him.
Fuck him.
You don't need that.
So, and then Kristoph Gavin, which we know earlier, he is a killer. But hey, there's only 3 killers and 5 cases, then who's doing the deaths? Well, we already know the Magnifique did the suicide. That means we only got one of those three that does a death again, and of course I already talked about it. It's Kristoph Gavin. He kills twice. Oh, oh.
Oh my goodness.
Lots of selfishness in these characters, these archetypes. They're kind of similar to previous game characters from the Ace Attorney trilogy, and I think it's, you know, mid-game. Like, first case is the intro case. Middle cases are the typical filler cases, don't really matter much in the long run, not like the whole game really does. And then the last case is a really, like, whoa, climax, intense case, things are going down. But these characters don't really repeat, which is kind of a nice thing about Ace Attorney, is they're really good at keeping things, you know, unique and individual, and kind of keeps a fresh face on these cases. But here I'm gonna go through, you know, just a few characters. I'm not gonna put Palmeractus on there. I did put a baddie. He's dead. Doesn't matter. He doesn't. I don't like him. But we're gonna go. I don't like him. Connor, if you want to click once for me. That's Darian. We're gonna click two more times.
That's a JoJo's character, but never mind.
That's a joke.
I was trying to
Darian.
figure
He's
out
a
how to
JoJo's
formulate that joke.
No, like literally, that is a character in part 4. Actually, it's a combination of 2. He's got Josuke's hair.
I was gonna say, I think I know who you're talking about.
But
he does
you
look kind
don't.
of like Josuke. Or no, what? I thought he did.
I wasn't talking about Josuke. He has Josuke's hair, but I wasn't talking about Josuke.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about that character with the hair, so that's part of it.
That is Josuke.
Click. This is Olga Orly. She disguised herself as a timid Russian waiter, and then bam, she's actually a double agent. She does some sneaky stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Click one more time. That's Wesley Stickler. Yep.
Wesley.
Ollie London in like a graduate's uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Click one more time. That's Alita Tiala. So,
There you go.
in no particular order, we've got a gold digger, panty snatcher, egg smuggler, and a doctor. The doctor is not in this picture. Guess who's who? Just kidding. Don't do it. Or do. Do it in the comments, viewers. Hee hee.
Yeah,
Move
post
on.
those comments for engagement.
Post those comments. Who is the egg snatcher, panty snatcher, and gold digger? Or egg smuggler, panty snatcher, and gold digger?
Choose
There's
your
no
gender.
doctors here. Choose your gender. Choose your gender. At least 5 options. 4 or 5 options. All right, go to the next slide. Wow, we done the characters. Now there's some plot. Ha ha ha, crazy. So I just divided into 3 systems. We've got the first bit of plot, which is the individual plots. Individual plots following the main characters / kind of side-ish main characters. We got Trucy and the Gramarys plus Lemior's business, so the magician side story, which I kind of explained a little bit already. I also explained Emma's side, her hustle of when her sister got arrested, and she was all like, wow, my sister's smiling again because now she's free, technically, but she's in jail. Went to Europe, came back, and now she's not a scientist that she wanted to be, so she's just bitter as hell. But yeah, that's a little story that you get to learn. And then you get to learn what the fuck is Apollo's deal, what's going on with him. You never know. You'll never know until the 4th and 5th game, and you still won't know after that. But, you know, this is his story, so he's got the plot. He's got his own individual thing going on. The second little plot section is Phoenix's story. It ain't done. This boy, he was going to be retired. Heckin' frickin' Takumi. Yes, Shu Takumi. He wanted to actually like retire Phoenix, saying that, you know, he felt the series should not continue after Trials and Tribulations, which was the 3rd game, saying that he felt Phoenix's story was over. When it was decided that Ace Attorney 4 was going to go ahead, Takumi made the decision that the game should feature a new protagonist, which is Apollo. However, Takumi was also told to include Phoenix Wright by Capcom because they were like, we need the main character or else it's not going to sell. And
We need money.
We need money, apparently, because Resident Evil and, you know, fucking Mortal Kombat isn't doing them any favors, I guess.
No,
So,
nothing.
wait, is it Mortal
It's
Kombat?
not
I can't remember.
enough.
I don't remember. Let's
I
say
think Capcom
maybe.
does Tekken.
I can't
Or Street
remember.
Fighter. They do Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, thank you.
There's
Thank you.
only 3 of them, and they all had a game last year.
Yeah. Okay. So they also wanted to implement Japan's new lay judge system. The fuck is that? I don't know. That's the 3rd plot. So Phoenix is back. Everyone's got their own plot, and there's a lay judge system. What the fuck is a lay judge system? I don't know. I had a hard time trying to figure it out.
Sponsored
When
by
you played the
chip.
game, huh?
Sponsored by the chip.
Sponsored by the chip. Okay. This game came out around when this system actually became re-implicated. So, the dark ages of law is the 7-year gap that we've just skipped up until the present day, when Phoenix was disembarred, because what changed is that evidence is supposed to mean everything. If you don't have the evidence to prove somebody like guilty or not guilty, it doesn't matter. You can't go off of witness statements. You can't go off of the jury's decision. You have to just have the evidence. Therefore, the thing of forging evidence became a lot more popular. So that's what got Phoenix booted, but he didn't know he was forging evidence. He just thought he had the actual evidence he needed. It was just too perfect somehow because it was given to him anonymously by Trucy, who said, this guy told me I gave it to you. And he's like, okay. And he used it, and they're like, hey, that's forged. And he's like, fuck, I didn't... that's why you have reviewed your evidence before you submit it, idiot. Yep. Yeah. So,
ding dong.
Ding bong over here. So lay judges here. This is what Phoenix was trying to implement. The lay judge system is meant to... primarily comprise of the judicial panel. They don't form a jury separate from the judges, as normal common law does here in North America, but they participate in the trial as inquisitorial judges next to the professional judges. So they're supposed to make the decision alongside the judge, and they're the ones who also make like the major who's guilty, not guilty. So whether or not there's evidence or not, it doesn't matter. The judges and the jury will be the ones to make the decision. This was implemented. This was actually created apparently in Japan, like back in the early 1900s. Got taken out and then got re-implicated in 2009, I believe. So shortly after this game came out, they were like, we want to. It was like in the process of becoming a thing again. Therefore, Capcom was like, hey, let's put some modern Japan shit in here as well with the law system, because this is a law game. And everyone was like, wow, that really made a unique game back over here in North America, because everyone was like, damn, this really is a dark age of law. And they're like, oh shit, that's our law system. So Japan might be doing something pretty good with the law system over there. I don't really know much about Japanese law. Law in general is pretty messy, so, you know, anybody could be good at it, anybody could not. I don't really know anything about it, but it's a pretty cool game. I liked it.
This is a law
So those are the kind of like the law game.
Yeah, there's laws in here, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Were
you not listening the past almost 2 hours?
No, I was making a joke.
And the other episode we did on this?
I was making a joke. Of course I know it's a law game.
Your joke sucks! Can you go to the next slide, please?
I'm sorry, I apologize.
I'm kidding.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, moving on to the music.
Thought it'd be
over
funny,
here is...
but no. Those are falling flat. I've fallen off.
You already used your funny joke by saying... expressing your attraction to Lamior.
I just thought it'd be funny.
It was very funny. You're still funny, don't worry, but you're
I'll
just
try.
Less funny now after you used your peak joke. I'm kidding.
It's all downhill from here, folks.
It really is. It really is. We're going down the hill. So, Toshiko Koriyama. He is a madman genius. He wrote the music for Ace Attorney 4.
Seen here, fucking a synth.
Yes, he is in fucking a synth. He's just so smug. I don't have a clear picture of him. This is from the wiki, but it's a good photo nonetheless.
That is a good photo.
It is a good photo. He also was the sound director for the 5th and 6th games, but this game, the 4th one, he did everything for it. It's got the best score. I think it's the best. I love it so much. He did some really good stuff in the first game as well, first and second game. The first game does have some good bangers, so even though I think this has the best music score, every game's got a good song. Like, I could just make a slideshow about how much I love all the music, but then that wouldn't really be as user friendly because I'd have to make you guys listen to the music and then make the viewer listen to the music, and we can't play it during the podcast, and music is not a podcast friendly copyrighted thing.
It's literally an audio. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's an audio medium.
But I don't want to copyright us. Connor's already dealing with that on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it. Don't worry. As much as I want to. Below, for the sake of my love for the music, there's some notes I had about the music.
Font.
It is in 5-point font. I was listening last Friday. I was waiting to do a meeting for other things, and I was listening to the soundtrack, and I was just taking notes. I had like other shit to do, but I was like, no, I'm gonna listen to music, and I wrote down all these notes while I was listening to it, and I just went ham. I was just so excited. I almost was late for my meeting because I was too busy listening and jamming. You can read this on your own time. I won't read this all out, but you can pause the episode visual.
If you can make it out, yeah, all 4 pixels of it.
Oh yeah.
If my phone isn't able to get above 720, I will not be able to read that.
I mean, I could always. I don't really want to. I was gonna say I could put this somewhere else, but I'm not going to. I kind of like. I'm looking at these notes. I'm only gonna say what I can kind of see, but the thrill theme, which is during suspenseful moments, I wrote down as a sub note. This is a good reminder to mention. Most, if not all, of the OST is 2010's electronic music you'd hear from one of those danky as DS or PSP games that were pretty low budget, but holy
Don't
shit,
talk
the
shit
music
on the
pull through
PSP.
with no one but the company's pussy.
I love the
Sorry?
PSP. Don't talk shit on the PSP.
PSP is good.
Don't
I'm
accept
not.
PSP
I'm not.
slander here.
That's what I'm saying. The game might have, if the game was low quality, the music still slapped. That's what I'm saying. It was like that for PSP and DS. I love both systems dearly.
You're on
Don't
thin ice,
don't
but
mix up my words. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, lots of good music. Yeah, that was. I would do more on the score, but I realize it probably isn't really a lot to talk about. But I just wanted to mention this game. If you ever want to like listen to some video gaming music that just like maybe you have some ambition to, and like maybe take some interest in your friend's interest, or wink wink nudge nudge. Take a listen to the OST. That wasn't wink wink nudge nudge to you guys. It was just the audience. I'm
sure it wasn't.
unfortunately very
I'm
deep into
not
the ends
going
of
to.
my friend's interests.
Well, maybe I will.
Oh, that's nice of you. I'll link it in the Discord, I guess, if you'd like. But also,
Sure.
you could tell me I'm wrong. But also, if you do, I'm not gonna be friends with you anymore. All right, love you. Go to the next slide, please.
Uh-huh. Me too.
All right. Guess what? We're getting to the fun stuff here. Don't worry, this isn't another 2 hours of podcast. This is just some interesting gameplay that you get to do. So, remember that pink eye shit I was talking about? That's Apollo's perceiving shit. You have a power to perceive. What you got here is a picture of the original concept of Apollo by the guy who made the game. I think that was probably that's what they said.
That's art by a dev.
It's art by Deb.
That's a Sunday morning cartoon, dude. That's awesome.
I know. I saw that on the wiki. It is like, this is the dev drawing the first instance of Apollo's perception powers. I was like, I am keeping this for the rest of my life.
That's
It is
perfect.
so good. It's so funny. The clip below that, the picture below that is what actually happens in the game. You have an eyeball, a big old pink eyeball. You're looking at a person in black and white as they slowly repeat whatever statement they just said, so that you could find where they're kind of showing their nervous tics. So some people's they get sweaty, some people they fidget with something, some people they swallow, some like swallow too hard, some people gasp, some people look around. Like it could be anything. This game just kind of takes some, they poke fun at that kind of stuff, I guess, but they use it where it's like, hey, this is legitimate things that you need to pay attention to in court. It's not. You could if you wanted. I don't think you have to, but it's whatever. So yeah, that's a fun little thing you get to do. It takes kind of like a replacement to the Cyclops from the first two game, or second and third game. I don't remember if you do anything during trials from the first 3 games, like, because this is only this is a trial specific thing you get to do. I don't know if you do anything else in the previous ones. I can't remember. You do something in trial as well in the next 2 games after this. Don't Connor. But
I twitched.
that's that one is completely different, and of course I'll talk about that another time. The second little fun stuff is Emma's Good Old Science Corner. Again, first game DLC case, you get to play with Emma. You get to do some fun science stuff. You get to use luminol spray to find blood.
Science.
Yes, so epic. You get to dust for fingerprints. You also get to dust for fingerprints in this game as well. You find Emma's weird white powder that Phoenix has had for the last 7 years, probably actually 9 years, probably close to, because it's probably been 9 years since the first game.
Cocaína.
Yes, and Emma's like, hey, find that white powder for me, and he's like, oh, okay, and Phoenix is like, yeah, I got some, it's labeled as suspicious white powder. Of course, they're like, oh, it's cocaine. It's not cocaine, it's just like fingerprint dust. But yeah.
It's cocaine, folks.
It's cocaine. It's a Kindle loaded with cocaine.
White lightning.
So you get to do some fun science in this game. I love that part. The first, if anyone ever played Rise from the Ashes, there's some pretty agonizing parts for that game, even in the remakes or in the revamps, where you have to twist a vase to make it look like the blue badger, and that was agony. It's agony in every version of the game, but this is not as agonizing. It's just fun. Third thing, Clavier's music and video tantrum. So, third case, Clavier is like, yo, somebody was off beat. I'm pissed. And then during his song with Lamior, they do a little collab. It's just him. That's an actual in-game clip of Clavier where he is orange as fuck and he's got weird banana hair. It's a weird this is the first 3D animated thing. I don't think it's the first one, but there's some other 3D animated stuff in the previous games. But this is like a 3D animated video. You have to watch this video at least 10 times or something because you're trying to find like how did Lamior get from here to there? Where was she not on stage? Why was Clavier's skin orange? We don't know. Also, his guitar light's on fire. He is pissed. He's pissed. And then someone dies, and he's like, great, now someone's dead. This is the worst day ever. He's like really bitchy about it. It's really funny. His guitar case is broken. His hog is what he calls it. His motorbike doesn't start.
Hog.
His guitar from Borginia, right? His guitar from Borginia is on fire. Somebody was offbeat. Clavier's just having the very worst, horrible, very bad day, and really just their first world problems. You know, crazy. You also get to play with a little sound mixer to find where it is. Clavier's like, hey, Apollo, you want to help me figure out which one of my bandmates is a fucking idiot? And Apollo's like, okay, sure. He does.
Man, whatever.
It's hilarious. It's great. Yeah. So, number 4, Phoenix, what you got there? It's the Mason system. This is the law shit. Phoenix, through 7 years, is also trying to get Clavier's ass out, exposed, trying to figure out how he killed these people. But he's also working on what I mentioned before, being the...
Not Clavier, the other guy.
Yeah, Clavier, the guy with the guitar that looks orange. That's Clavier. Kristoph is the one with the blue jacket. I think I might have said Clavier. I meant Kristoph. Sorry.
You definitely did. I was honestly going to say, no, you meant the other guy, Kyle or some shit. So I didn't know his name either.
That's their secret third brother, Kyle. He's a cop.
Yeah.
The lay judge system. This is where he's trying to get the lay judge system into it. Basically, it's a weird virtual thing. You see Phoenix in like a bunch of zeros and ones. It's really funny. He's like floating in virtual space, like the Matrix. It's weird. Yeah, so you get to do that. That is a whole 8-part system where you go from the past, 7 years prior to the game, and present day as Phoenix Wright, figuring out what's going on. What's all these clues that I need to solve this case of Vera and Drew, like Drew's death, basically. So you play as Phoenix again. Normal Phoenix and Hobo Phoenix. Yeah, cool stuff. Which actually, you get to play number 5. Cyclops! Once again, you get to do Cyclops. You get to do the normal red ones, which, as you can see here, these are not red. The red ones are the usual Cyclops. You provide evidence and logic to get the person to tell you what the hell they're hiding, because that's what the Cyclops are. They shows that they're hiding something. Now, I said this, I didn't say this in the previous slide, or in a previous slide, but I did write it down. In Kristoph's slide, I said this is the first case of the black Cyclops. I think there might be some black Cyclops in the 3rd game. I can't remember, but this is one that I can remember at least. Black Cyclops are unlockable. That you can't open them. They do contradict this in the 5th game where you get to actually unlock somebody's black Cyclops, but it's because they're seriously mentally damaged that you kind of have to, because they're just literally having like an internal panic attack. The 5th game is very psychological. The 5th and 6th games, you play as a psychologist, and there's a psychologist that you go against. There's so much psychological stuff. Cyclops makes sense, right? Sure.
You said psych in that last minute more times than anyone else has in the history of humanity.
A psychology student would be put to shame. You're a psychologist, I guess, yeah. So, fun stuff. It's a really fun little thing you get to do. Kristoph, it just kind of shows how much of a weird, complicated psychopath he is. Sociopath. You never get to unlock them, and you never know why he did all the things he did, except you kind of do, because you can kind of put together. Alright. Fun stuff is done. Go to the next slide. Alright. We're gonna
keep hitting, or
hold on. Actually, yeah, hit free. Okay, yes, this is an example of the perception thing. So, this is where you would figure out how you use your perception thing. You have the bracelet glowing on the top, but you just have to pick the sentence that has the twitch, has the nervous wreck, has the nervous thing. So click
listeners.
Sorry, audio listeners, you gotta fucking suck it.
Watch the video, idiot. It's a video medium.
It's video medium.
Why does he turn into a skull?
So
X-ray vision. He's Superman.
X-ray vision. So these are screenshots from my playthrough when I was playing by myself. The second image with the close-up of Kristoph's face. This is him supposed to be composed, nudging his glasses. You can see through it, and you can see his eyes. This is meant to be an example of how well Apollo can perceive. You can't see shit when you're just looking at him from the bench, but when you look with your pink eye, diseased eyeball, you can see his eyes are very angry because he is getting caught. This is the last case, so it's him being really pissed. The third image, is a close-up of Kristoph's hand. It looks kind of fucking weird. It looks like a skull kind of carved into his hand. What some may call the devil, maybe? Someone of Vera Misham Association. She saw this hand when she was a child, and she saw the devil. That's basically what the implication is that when he is lying, his hand turns into a weird, he has this weird scar on his hand. So the scar is always there when you perceive it, but the eyes kind of just show up, and the nose when he's, tense. So that's kind of his show. That's a show. And it's a very strange, kind of creepy show, but it's a show. So click one more time for me, Connor. When you get somebody, you go into weird little hallucinogenic space. Whoa, crazy
Fucking
vortex.
Cruelty Squad shit.
Yep. And then what happens on more than one occasion, you do this, you figure out what happened, the lie. Everyone's like, what the fuck just happened? Literally, some people are like, what just happened? You literally just pointed at a nervous wreck and you stared at him for 10 minutes and you have pink eye. What's happening? That's what's happening. Crazy stuff. I like this part of the game. It's really cool. You get to play it later on as well as Apollo. You get actually Phoenix, Apollo's, and Athena's special fun traits in court and outside of court, which is super cool. But yeah, anyways, go to the next slide. That's the end of the fun stuff. Now
get to the serious things.
Now into the serious shit. Kristoph's breakdown. I said this in the previous what's it called?
Don't click that YouTube link.
Don't
Connor.
click it.
That's a virus.
You're gonna get pictures of Lamir all over your computer.
Anyway, folks at home
NSFW.
know what I just said. Type this into your search bar now.
Yes, this is a clip of Kristoph's breakdown. You guys can watch it now if you want to. I was gonna put the link in the Discord, but I don't really think you gotta watch it if you don't want to. But it's a few minutes long, so you don't really have to watch it. I'll just put it in later. Put it in anyways. You guys can watch it later if you want to. But I mentioned in the last
it'll be in the description, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I said in the last PowerPoint, the last Ace Attorney PowerPoint that I did, that my favorite breakdown is in a later game. It's this one. Kristoph, like I said, the first case when you catch him doing murder, he is pretty composed the most of the time. He only starts to get a little unhinged when you catch him the second time, because you pull him from prison. You pull him from prison. You're like, hey, I'm gonna accuse you for some more murders, and he's like, you're a fucking joke, and you're like, no, you bitch, and then he gets all pissed. So this is him laughing like a psychopath. In the case, it's, I guess, a brief little, breakdown of the breakdown. Kristoph, does a little slam hand thing on the bench again, and then he screams, yells Phoenix's name, probably not the first time, into the air as his hair explodes upwards like a Medusa-looking little turd, and then after that, he is disheveled, his hair is undone, his veins are everywhere, and he, it looks like he's about to eat somebody in a bad way. Again, probably not the first time Phoenix has ever heard that or seen that, but it's fine. Anyways, yeah, breakdown, my favorite one. Probably not the best one. I thought it was maybe the best one, but Dahlia Hawthorne definitely was the best one. But yeah, anyways, next slide. Now, I think these are just the gallery of images that I want to discuss. This is the last section. Let's see. Now, we've got a little bit of memeage here, some memes. I was telling Ethan about this while I was totally not finishing this slideshow before this presentation, as we all know. You can click 3 times for me, Connor. So these are some of my favorite characters. We got.
I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to screw you. There it is.
So while I was looking for images
there you go,
today,
Connor. Just put Cosmo on top of that, right in the middle, and put it right at the front. We'll have no context until the viewer gets here.
When you not to be an empathizer of anybody bad, but Wesley Stickler definitely is better than James Charles, because at least he doesn't, groom children. But yeah, Brushel Sparks is a character on the right. I didn't put up an image of him, but he's a reporter. Somebody made him, and that's Metopia, I think. On the top right, it's a game for the Switch /3DS. I have it for both. And then I saw a meme of him that says, "I'm going to fucking end quote you," because he's a reporter. I thought that was hilarious.
I'm going to end quote your life.
I'm going to end quote your life.
It's very hard to tell considering how fried the image is, but that is what it says.
I couldn't read that.
I struggled to read the first time I saw it, and I was like, I gotta put this in here.
Yeah, I was going to
So.
ask what the hell that says, but...
Yeah, it's what it says. Ethan's got it. Yeah, that was some memes I wanted to put in. You can go to the next slide. This is from the second case. I was telling you about the panty snatcher, the missing noodle cart, and Phoenix getting hit by a car.
I'm going
Good
to
stuff.
Get hit by a car.
These images.
I'm going to hit you with a car.
I'm going to fucking hit you with car. Yeah, it's pretty good. If you want to click once for me, Connor. The guy you're helping out mostly is this guy named Eldon. Eldon's
That says
Noodles.
Eldune's Noodles.
That says Eldune's Noodles. Sorry, I meant to say Eldune. I think his last name's Eldon, though. I can't remember.
Eldon.
But anyways,
Eldune Eldon?
Eldune's Nuts. Yeah, that's him. It's pretty good. The second case, kind of silly, kind of goofy. Lots happening. Funny when Phoenix gets hit by a car. Move on to the next
Dude,
slide.
it's so funny when you get hit by a car.
It's so funny. Now, this part. So, like I said, Trucy calls her dad's daddy. Lots of daddy in this game. Lots of daddy-o as well, so you want to click once for me, Connor. First case of daddy-o. I mean, first case of daddy-o being the youngest.
That
Trucy
thing is
when she calls him.
horrifying. I know we've seen
That's
it before,
Mr. Hat.
but...
It's great. Come on. Mr. Hat's a cutie. Yeah. This is a little Trucy saying a little daddy-o. You press twice for me? Or sorry. Yeah. Never mind. Just click one more time. Might as well put the fourth one there. I thought they were connected. Apollo, I don't remember what he's saying, but Vera's just in the little room with him chatting, and he says, things are already confusing with enough daddies running around. There's a lot of daddies here. So many daddies.
A lot of daddies.
So Trucy, this is when Phoenix first talks to her after the case, and he's like, hey, I guess I'm your dad now. She's like, cool. Trucy's like, so daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right? And Phoenix is like, you could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that.
Please.
Please. I know I lost my job, but you don't need to remind me. But yeah, just a little bit of daddy mention here and there. Lots of fun stuff. Yeah, go to the next slide. So yeah, being a law case, you really think that maybe they cover things that weren't murder because that's not all that law is? Press one more time. Or press
No.
one more time. No, there's always murder. There's murder.
Murder.
It's just murder. Click one more time.
Murder.
More murder. There's no
Murder.
normal murder. Just murder.
Just
Lots
crazy,
of it.
outlandish
I
murder.
I took these screenshots, and for some fucking reason, I kept getting pictures of them with their eyes closed, so that was my bad. But yeah, lots
It
of
kind
murder
of
here.
it fits.
It kind of
It
fits. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, it was an accident,
well,
but for
the
this,
top- The one with Emma fits especially. The one below, he's got like a bemused expression on his face. It's like,
that's what he always looks like.
Murder.
That is a man that is accepting that he is going to die in femtoseconds.
This is post car hit too. It's really funny. Yeah. All right, you can go to the next slide. So, this is the
Big
last
drum roll.
content slide here. So, I'm gonna click once for me, Connor.
Drum roll.
So, and now, click twice for me, Connor. The moment we've all been waiting for. Click twice again. I'm gonna present to you. Click. Click. Da-da-da-da. Click one more time. The gaze. Great.
This is
so small in the
what I was looking for.
All
I
right.
love front view. What is his name there? Durian.
Darian.
Uh,
Yeah, it's very weird.
The front and
perspective
side
change.
is so fucked up.
It's so weird. That image feels so wrong. Every time you see it, it's like this is not who I signed up for. So, first image is Emma. You're talking to Emma as Apollo. She calls you Phoenix's boy or Wright's boy, and Apollo responds with, I'm neither a boy nor one of his, but let's see what she has to say. Given, I think this might have been what started everybody giving the headcanon that Apollo is trans. I'm fine with that. I think it's cool. Because why not? It doesn't do any harm to anything in the story. It's just fun, good old goodness. Also, Apollo
old
does not give a
gayness.
shit. Yeah, little gays. Speaking of gay, we're gonna go back to Clavier and his old situation. Darian, his fellow band member, he says, "Hey, he may look all flashy and showy, but he's straight as an arrow, man. Except when he's depressed, which
Except when
means
he's depressed.
he's a depressed gay. Theory confirmed. Oh, anyways."
Relatable.
Relatable indeed. No gay person is not depressed. Anyways, so Clavier over there, he is being faced with his brother being a manipulative little turd bucket. And Apollo's like, I have to pull that darkness out of him, and only pray proof, and then proof is the only way I can do it. And the darkness he meant is the darkness from Clavier, because apparently this is the only time we have someone who empathizes with the person. Indeed. So yeah, that's Clavier is
That's
gay
the
as
moment
hell.
I was waiting for.
Yeah, Clavier's gay as hell. Emma is ace. Apollo probably is also queer and trans. Who knows? There's probably lots of other little queer headcanons everybody's got, because everyone's got a little bit. Also, Phoenix being bisexual is also a huge one that everyone likes to bandwagon on, because I also agree. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty good stuff. That was I would have more gay photos, but again, I didn't really I finished, but I mean, I didn't really want to pull out more stuff, because I also didn't have time to cite things, so I didn't pull out any fan art. But
You don't need to
you know,
cite
just look
things.
yeah,
Okay.
but I want to.
Just
I
steal
want
it.
to. No,
It's okay.
I'm going to. No, I'm citing. I don't care. Yeah, just look up Apollo if you want to see any Clavier Apollo stuff on any platform. Rightworth is Edgeworth and Phoenix. Friend Maya is Francisca and Maya. I don't know any other ones. Those are the three I really know personally. I think people ship Trucy and Pearly, but they are the same age. I just want to say that now. And also, none of it's NSFW because, you know, they're children. But it's a very cute pairing anyways. Lots of cute pairings. Lots of queer stuff. There's this also huge piece of art I've seen where everyone is in like a cute little color associated to the either gender or sexuality of them in like a little headcanon picture. It's very, very cute. Very, very cute. Lots of the possibilities are endless. Whether or not you want to take proof from the game, who gives a shit, dude? Come on. It's not real,
man.
Literally just do think whatever you
literally
want
fake.
as long as it's fake. Who cares? Don't get your panties in a twist.
It's real to me.
It is real to me. Don't get me wrong. I love this shit. But also, if you're getting upset over video game characters not being cis, straight, or white, why do you care? You have more
Go
important.
touch grass.
Go touch grass. Grow a backbone. Go touch
Give
a
me
boob or
your
something.
address so I can beat you up.
Yeah. No. What? Yes. Actually, I thought it said a dress. I was like, why would you beat somebody up in a dress? Yeah.
So
okay, cool.
I can look pretty while doing it, Ray.
Oh, good point. All right, click one more time for me, Connor.
Also, don't think you
Thank
snuck
you.
that Force Unleashed reference by me, Ethan.
What?
Never mind. Perhaps I read too far into something.
Yeah. Thank you for sitting through my very long presentation. Picture on the left is the end credit photo when you beat the game. The one on the right is a new piece of art that they made for the Apollo Justice trilogy. It's very cute. I love it. Yeah. Play the game. It's good. Or don't. I don't tell you what to do. But yeah, thanks for watching.
We made it, boys.
Oh,
3
yeah.
hours.
We made it. Thank you. I don't think it's 3 hours. Close. Over 2. I
Yeah,
know
it's
for
pretty
sure.
close to 3 hours.
Almost
I don't
3
think
hours.
it's that close. Come on. Maybe it is. Doesn't matter. We're going to ignore that. Apologies for the long episode, but thank you for hopping. Imagine, I assume this has got to be longer than the first one I did for
This
Ace
is the
Attorney.
longest one.
That
Covering
was 3
less
games.
content.
This is 1 game. Don't forget, the first 20 minutes was talking about West Edmonton Mall. This is not entirely my fault.
No, it's not. Yeah, well, I did pull us. Well, it's not even exclusively me.
It was
We
not just
did
you.
get
It was
off
all of
topic
us.
Sometimes.
That's
That's
okay.
all
That's the
right.
whole point. I mean, don't even get me started. We're just here to talk about whatever the hell is going on, you know?
My girlfriend
happens.
listened to
It's,
this show, and her one note was, "You guys get off topic a lot."
Sorry. I mean, sorry, stranger
true.
person I don't know the name of. You got a lot of blurbing to do this episode.
Yeah, not too
You
bad.
got a lot of work to do this episode.
Yeah, probably just yoink those whole clips that we censored before.
Oh.
Well, outro it so we can stop
Cool.
recording.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You're lovely. Dearly. Play Ace Attorney. Go touch grass. Kiss your dog. Hug your grandma.
That's a
And
long
don't
laundry list of
die.
things to do. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not asking
important
a lot,
not,
I
yeah, no.
promise. And subscribe and follow us on various platforms. Follow Connor on CJSiev on YouTube or
Yay.
Instagram. Follow me on MrAM.R_AEY on Instagram. It's my art account. Follow Ethan. Just on the street. If
Connor.
you see him, go follow him.
He's got his
He's
photos
friendly.
taken now.
Link
Take
the
his photo.
photography.
He'll take your photo.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Link the photography
link the
Instagram.
photography account.
Wait, you don't want me to?
No, do it.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Do
I'll
it.
put it in the
I
description
actually
going
don't-
forwards.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Cool. Okay. Well,
Okay, I'm
thanks,
gonna stop my
everybody.
recording and make dinner.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Hungry boys.
I've been eating a burger this whole time. I can't relate. I'm really just riding cloud nine right now. Cool.
Bionicle episode
All right.
next. Bye bye.
Yes. Bye bye.